is 3.99%. APR 4.18%. That's right, 3.99%. APR 4.18%. While we can't predict what will happen in the future, we do know that rates have dropped and now is the time to save money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn how refinancing now may be the right mortgage solution for you. That's 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rates subject to change. Pay 1.375%.
What's up? Sorry, hit the wrong thing. I missed lunch. I'm dying. I'm hungry. My brain's not working. Oh, here we go.
Real and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-25-95-95.3. That is 2595953. I'm feeling saucy. So here's what we're going to do. This is the last show of the decade. I'm not doing any more. This is it. Finito. Okay? You get nothing more from me as far as this format is concerned. Whether or not I do any live streaming or gaming or anything like that on Twitch remains to be seen. But this is my last show, officially, of the year. So I think we'll just do open lines for the entire show. Joe literally just mouthed, "Oh my God." It's probably going to be fine, dude. Don't worry about it. But we're going to do open lines the entire show, okay? I don't care what you want to call about. This is your final opportunity in this decade to ask me whatever you want to ask me. Make a comment on whatever you want to make a comment on, at least with me. We will have Matt Locke. People have been asking me what's going to happen with fill-ins. Matt Locke's going to do most of it. There's going to be some holiday specials. I think there might be a pre-record or two. Not exactly sure about that, but I do know that Matt Locke's going to come in. So you'll still have somebody here, at least some of the time, to go ahead and chat with. But this is the last time you'll have me this year. So if you want to call about anything, I mean, not like there's anything happening right now, this would be the time to do that. Yes, they are debating impeachment. Yes, I'll get to that in a second. I'm looking at the people on the television. We're waiting for the official vote to happen, which will, of course, pass. So it's gonna be an interesting. Something big always happens on my vacation, so it's just how it is. So it's gonna be real interesting. But this is your chance. 574-25-95-95.3. That is 2595953. Call about anything you want. I don't care. Okay? We'll take them in the order that we get them. I've got plenty to talk about with you. We'll get to some of that stuff. I've got some very interesting pieces of video to play for you today, which, of course, you'll hear the audio. But if you want to go and watch the live stream, this is your final opportunity to hang out on the live stream with your peeps. Go to youtube.com/CaseyTheHost, twitch.tv/CaseyTheHost. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, it's at Casey the Host on Facebook or on Twitter at RealCaseyH. All right. Let's dance, shall we? Listener Warren sent me this, and it's now starting to make the rounds. A disciplinary commission is recommending that Attorney General Curtis Hill, who recently announced that he is running for re-election, should have his law license suspended for at least 2 years. They filed a proposal following a disciplinary hearing in October. The seriousness of this matter cannot be overstated. It is important to restore faith in our legal system. The crimes of the Attorney General have dealt a significant blow to that faith. The restoration of that faith requires a significant response, according to the commission. They did use the word crime. I would like to point out that he has not actually been charged or convicted with anything. In fact, the 2 investigations found that there was no evidence of criminal activity. So it could just be phraseology. I'm just letting you know. Hill is accused of inappropriately touching women at a party celebrating the end of the legislative session in March of 2018. The Indiana Supreme Court will get the final say on what punishment Hill faces, if any. Now, obviously, Hill's lawyers filed a competing proposal on Tuesday saying that he should not face any discipline. They wrote in their report that his conduct may have been boorish and offensive to some or many, but it was conduct that occurred in a private setting that had no connection with the practice of law or his role as attorney. So again, it all depends on the Indiana Supreme Court, but the recommendation is that they suspend his license for 2 years. We'll see if that happens. If that does happen, obviously, it seriously jeopardizes his political career, which is already in jeopardy. especially since he's the attorney general and he's running for re-election. And if he doesn't have a law license, you can't be attorney general. So it'll be real interesting to see this play out. And of course, this happens. There's a lot locally happening, but there's also a lot, nationally and even internationally happening. So we'll keep an eye on that story, and I posted that to the Facebook page for all of you to go ahead and check out. All right, 574-25-95-95-3 to the phone lines we go. Edward, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hey, Casey, how are you?
I'm well, man. What's up?
Impeachment goes to the Senate, and McConnell can go two ways. He can basically wipe the thing out with much of an argument. The truth is, I'd rather see them drag every bit of this crap through the thing, because every now and then we want to see somebody get punched in the face. And this is McConnell's chance to punch Comey in the face, metaphorically, and the other stuff, because the Democrats are counting on us doing that, on us not doing that. I mean, which way do you want to see him go?
Well, I would like to see it dragged out. And the reason that I want to see it dragged out is because I want them to call all of these witnesses, and I want the Democrats to be on record withholding witnesses after complaining about witnesses. You have to have Adam Schiff have a conversation, because Adam Schiff is on record now saying some things that we knew were inaccurate. We had physical documented proof were inaccurate. And the fact that he continued to say the things that he said, and then we have this last weekend where he said, had I known some of the information before, I would have called the FBI out, except he did know the information. He said it wasn't true. He knew the information. We all had it. It was in FOIA requests. The documents were public. So you can drag him, or at least attempt to drag him, right in front of the Senate and say, how can you say that when the information came out on this date? You knew it for some time. Everybody else knew it. How could you not know it? And that would, at that point, you've got him with a checkmate. Either Adam Schiff, you're lying to everybody, or you weren't actually doing your job and doing the research on this particular topic, which means that this whole thing was politically motivated, was it not? And I'll just watch him crumble under pressure. There's so much that you could do if you drag this out. I personally would like them to drag it out just because of that. Because I think the further you drag this out in the Senate, I think, and I'm not up on all the processes and everything else, so I want everybody to understand that. But the further you drag this out, I think the more you're going to pick apart the fake case for impeachment over and over and over again. And all of those independents who are still wondering where they're going to go, I think they're going to watch this entire thing just disintegrate.
Well, and I agree with you on that. I think what happens is that if they just dismiss this out of hand, then that gives the Democrats talking points for the next 8 months to say they didn't take it seriously.
I 100% agree. Yep.
And so and the other thing is like you had said before, Warren and Sanders get to sit like potted plants in the Senate during the Iowa caucuses.
Yeah.
Because they don't get to go anywhere. They're stuck.
There is that. Well, yeah, there's some additional benefits to dragging this out as well. But, yeah, and Lindsey Graham has said he's going to make it go away quick. But, again, I disagree with that strategy. I understand where he's coming from, and he and Mitch McConnell are correct that it should be dismissed quickly. But I think the benefit of dragging it out is you get to rip apart the entire argument for it, which is what the Senate's job is supposed to be. The Senate's job is to judge whether or not the impeachment was appropriate. That's their job. The House impeaches or doesn't impeach. The Senate judges that impeachment. So judge it by every single solitary premise and let the American people watch this entire thing disintegrate as it already has, but to a point where it can no longer be denied. Call everybody who's been lying all of these years. Call them as witnesses. If they get there, destroy them. If they fight it tooth and nail, you make the case that why won't they testify? They're the ones that impeached, and we can't talk to them about it. So let it happen, because the Senate's job is not to investigate. Mitch McConnell was very clear when he mentioned that the other day. He's like, look, it's not our job to put together a witness list here and investigate this thing. That's the House's job. We judge their investigation. That's it. So I want to see it just like you. I totally agree. And if you do, you dismiss it quickly. They're going to say it's partisanship. It was dismissed. They never gave it a real go. And you take that argument away by making this drag out.
I agree. Merry Christmas to you. Have a great vacation.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate it. Something else that is interesting is the GOP is saying, I want to get the number correct, I think it's 600,000, but I just want to make sure that I have this correct. The RNC is saying that it has added 600,000 new donors since the start of impeachment. President Trump's poll numbers are up 6 points since the start of impeachment. He's winning every battleground state in the polling right now. So if you think for a second that impeachment is hurting Trump, you're wrong. There's no data that shows that. And so the RNC, you realize how big 600,000 new donors is for the RNC? That's massive. People don't give their money to politicians like they used to. You know, to have 600,000 people go, yeah, no, I'm not going to go along with this. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And then you throw in there, Donald Trump is the largest re-election war chest ever seen in all of human history. He's got more cash on hand than anybody who's ever run for re-election. Anybody. And he's just sitting there waiting for it. So he's in a very good position right now. I listened to a little bit of McCarthy today on Rush Limbaugh's show, and McCarthy agrees with me. You've heard me say this, and I said this at Noise, too, and Brian Kilmeade looked at me and he goes, really? And he thought I was nuts. I think that the GOP is poised to take the House back. Now, again, I want you to understand, we are still a year out and anything can change. But based on the early polling that we have, the GOP is in a very good position to take the House back. And Brian Kilmeade pointed out, with all the retirements, too, I'm like, yeah, I think so. But it all depends. You know, as we get closer, I'll probably adjust that and we'll see what happens. But early indicators are that the GOP overall across the board is in a very good position right now, and the Democrats are struggling. So we'll see. But then again, the Democrats were really struggling in the midterms, and then they pulled it together at the last minute and got the House. So you never know, okay? You never know what's going to happen. All right, we'll take more of your open line phone calls coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
What's this crap about everybody hating me?
Hendrickson.
What? I can't get a Battlefield promotion, Warren? Come on. I was calling for a Space Force before anybody even knew what a Space Force was. What's up, Eric? How many dislikes do we got? Were people... Okay, now I have to ask, are people disliking it because it's the last show? Or are people disliking it because they hate my guts? Both. Just says both. Probably. Probably right. Oh, man. Dude, Target was a madhouse today. Holy crap. You're lucky you got that gift card. Jeez. The lines were insane. I'm like, guys, it's a friggin' Wednesday. Chill out.
It's the Wednesday before Christmas.
I know, but like I get it on Friday where it's like payday and stuff. Trump listens to Casey. Space Force is proof. I'm never going to get credit for Space Force. And you know how long I've been talking about that? Let's see. I've been in radio for 14 years, so I've been talking about it for at least 18 or 19 years. At least. Oh, man. You dislike it to skew the algorithm? Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do some work tomorrow or if I'm going to actually take tomorrow off. Like my business work. I'm just trying to figure that out because tomorrow is my only real day off. And then I have to come back Friday to do measure twice in the morning and then pass the mic in the afternoon. And now I have a business meeting after pass the mic. But it's a good business meeting.
Call Home Comfort Experts today to get your free. You comfortable and trust will make you warm and toasty right now. And with a free furnace.
I dig Target, man. And I know Target's had some bad raps, but a lot of people were, hey, Tracy, how are you? People were trying to say some things about Target's policies that weren't accurate. You know, Target lets the managers at independent locations decide. The managers at the Targets locally have been pretty pro-gun. So I do not have a plasma cutter. No, I wish I did. I love Target. So I did get my steel in, Warren. I've got a couple of holsters to do, and now I've got some custom knife sheaths to make. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to do it tomorrow or take a day off. I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow might be a good day to do it just because You got one kid at the house, you know what I mean? And next week, my other one's going to be on school vacation, so might be a bit of a problem.
Can I get your first name, please? Alrighty, I'll try to get you on there.
Showed a buddy a pic of it. Yeah. I will wear the Christmas sweater tomorrow at Pass the Mic. So when I'm there at Pass the Mic, I will have it.
Haul packages for a living? A gas-powered Mercedes-Benz Sprinter.
Boy, do I got some good audio for you all today.
A Sprinter van with
Nelly.
0% financing is a 5-star idea. If food delivery is your thing, then
All of my current orders for Christmas are out, so we'll see what I get over the next couple of days, because I inevitably will get people a couple of days before Christmas begging me to get it to them before Christmas, which I can't do. So it's all in the post office hands now, and it just... Yep, I've got it, Alex. It's on the docket today. Don't worry. We got it.
0% financing and a possible tax deduction.
I mean, I have access to a plasma cutter mic, but I don't have one. But I know somebody who does. So if you need something cut, I could probably get something cut for you.
Only valid on 2018 or 2019 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans excluding tax. Qualified commercial customers only. Financing offer valid through January 2nd, 2020. Consult your tax advisor for more information. Visit mbvans.com.
I didn't get nailed on Black Friday like I did 2 years ago. Last year was real slow, but 2 years ago I got nailed, and I was getting like 20 orders, a day or so. And we're talking about things that had to be assembled and put together and stuff. So it was a mess. It was an absolute mess 2 years ago. Last year was slow as hell. I don't know what happened last year. And then this year I was busy, but it was a good pace. So I was able to stay on top of it. Plus I prepared a little bit better this time around. I pre-made a bunch of stuff that needed to be done. Illegal alien alligators. Gotta love it. So if you skin it, does that count as an imported alligator boot? Can I get a premium charge for it being imported?
Through the Next Level Roads plan, the Indiana Department of Transportation is
The stream glitched and made it look like I teleported. Nice. And don't forget, January is World Carnivore Month. So we're going to be pushing carnivore in January. Got the wife on board. I woke up this morning and my 3-year-old, who had already had breakfast and already had a snack, looked at me when I came out and said, "Dad, I want a steak." That's my girl. Here we go.
Capitol Hill, I'm Brooklyn Beatty.
I'm John Zimney with Reaction, first thing Thursday morning on 95.3 MNC.
Yeah, everybody's still flapping their gums on that impeachment thing right now. They'll vote for it today, but it'll be along party lines for the most part. And there will be a couple of Democrats who side with Republicans, but it should pass. Okay, if it doesn't pass, it'll be big news tomorrow. 574-2595, 95.3. That is 2595-953. It is my final show of the decade, so I'm going to go ahead and just do open lines for the entire day. Now, I do have some various things to do for you. So periods of time, probably on the top and the bottom of the hour, I'm going to go ahead and do those things, and then we'll go back into the phone calls, okay? So, and we're lined up. So if you keep getting a busy signal, just wait till I hang up with somebody and go ahead and call back. All right, Byrne, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, my pleasure. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I want to make a few comments about these. Each one of the Democrats and Republicans have spoken about God because they talked about Jesus, and then they talked. The Democrats are talking about can't even think of who it was, like some king. But anyways. I'm not sure how deep they realize it, but when they take the oath of office, they are saying the last words they say, "So help me God." Mm-hmm. Well, they do have him involved. So if whoever is lying to us is also lying to God, which in my opinion gives them a responsibility that most other countries don't have, because they do not take these oaths. And with this here change of power so complete, and it's never like the Democrats saying, well, he's not a king or a ruler. But they don't change power. They just liquidate their opposition.
Well, I mean, look, if they are people of faith, as Nancy Pelosi proclaims herself to be, because remember she was super upset at the that reporter for asking if she just personally didn't like President Trump. As a Catholic, I'm deeply offended by that. Okay, well, as a Catholic, you've been lying about this man. So
I'm having just a little trouble hearing you.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll let you go, and you can go ahead and listen. But look, it's if you're a person of faith and you're swearing on the Bible, and you're a part of this impeachment process, and you're supporting the impeachment process, knowing that the impeachment process was deeply flawed, violated the rights of the president, Republicans weren't allowed to do what they're supposed to be doing, and you're lying about the president himself. I mean, actually lying about it to the point that we now have the primary peddlers of the lie admitting that this was all politically motivated. And if you continue to vote for impeachment based on that, even though there is no crime here that is impeachable according to Article 2, then yeah, you're also committing a sin against God, 100%. Now, there are some people who don't care about that, and that's fine. That depends. By the way, Alex on the live stream said it was GOP Representative Loudermilk who said Pontius Pilate afforded more rights to Jesus than the Democrats have afforded this president, and he's right. Anyway, 574-25-95-95-3. Joe, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Casey.
Hi there. What's up?
Well, what I'd like to say is I was a firm believer of let's have a long, lengthy trial. Let's get all this crap out there and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then after listening to a couple of different opinions and stuff, I've kind of changed my mind up a little bit, thinking not to dismiss the trial, but hold the trial as it's meant to be by the Constitution, that the Congress goes ahead and presents all their witnesses and everything, which they've already done, and they voted for impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
The Senate is supposed to just try the evidence that has already been presented. And the problem with if they allow and we try to go after everything and expose all this injustice that's been done, the Democrats are going to do nothing but call crap loads of witnesses. It's going to drag on for months. They are only going to televise on TV what they want to show. So even though we may expose all kinds of stuff, the only people who are going to see that are people who watch conservative TV. The rest of it's going to be panels of Democrats on the news every night saying they got nothing, he's still guilty. And so I don't think that a long, lengthy trial is going to do anything for us.
Well, I think you could probably do a little bit of both. I mean, you've got a very valid point. I mean, it's what CNN did with Lindsey Graham's opening statement. I think is a good indicator of how you're right. Yeah, and that was the only opening statement that they didn't air. I mean, it was the only one.
And I think if you open the door to any witnesses, because the way the rules are written right now, without changing them, going by precedence, you don't introduce new evidence. You take the evidence that has gone through the impeachment process. That's what you judge on.
Well, I think they can do. I think they can do what I would like to see them do and what you would like to see them do without getting out of hand. I think they can do that. And like I said, the procedures and everything, I'm not all up on. But
now it would be great if they could have some sort of investigation afterwards with not the IG, because he can't criminalize anything, but the Attorney General, and say, hey, you guys outright lied.
Well, Adam Schiff might be in a little trouble here. More and more people are starting to come forward and say this phone record thing is way out of line. And so
phone record is an outright thing. You don't have to be under oath when you get phone records illegally to be a crime. I would love to see some of these people put under oath and say, now, when you said this, did you actually mean that? Now we know that wasn't true. Mm-hmm. So you lied to Congress.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they play out with it. I get your point, though. All right, Joe. Appreciate it, man. Thank you much.
Thanks,
All right, take care. And like I said, there's going to be some different opinions on that. That's cool. And ultimately, what I want to see happen is I want the undecideds out. You're not going to get the tribalists on the left. There's like 600 protests that are planned across the country today, pro-impeachment protests. Those are 600 protests were organized by people who don't know what the heck is going on, okay? They just hate the president. They want him gone. And we don't live in a despotic society that just overthrows people because we don't like their politics or we don't like their personality. That's not what we're about. Okay, we're a representative republic and we're a nation of laws. That's how things should be conducted. That is not how this has been conducted. That is the problem. And some of the stuff that I've heard today been just some of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. People ignoring all of the evidence that came out that said this didn't happen, and they're out there still saying it happened. It is what it is. I played you those 2 montages yesterday of the media saying that the FISA warrant process was completely accurate. There was no deception. There was nothing inappropriate about it. And then I played you another supercut of them saying that the dossier was all completely verified. I mean, Camaroto said the entire thing was verified as authentic, which is not true. The entire thing was not verified. It was the exact opposite. But they said that, and they did it for years, in spite of the fact that we had physical documents that said otherwise. And they ignored that. So I get the last caller's point. You know, they're going to go out there and they're going to continue to lie about this whole thing, and then it could end up backfiring on the Republicans. So there you go. All right, difference of opinion, no problem. But at the end of the day, I just want to see the evidence come out. I want the average undecided person to be able to see it and be able to make up their own mind, because the overwhelming majority of them who are undecided are going to go, wow, this is a Schiff show is what this is. All right, we got more open lines coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC.
Sorry, finger slipped down to the other one. C-SPAN would show it. You're absolutely right. Squirrel stole one, huh? It must have been like a Hickory Farms thing. Merry Christmas, Susie. By the way, Hanukkah starts this weekend, so to all my Jewish viewers and listeners, a happy Hanukkah to all of you, since I won't be here.
And if you really like procrastinating, Priority Mail Express will get your package there on time if you use it by December 23rd. Friday is also the deadline for FedEx and UPS's 2-day options.
Which are expensive as hell. Do I spend $60 to get something to somebody, or do I just say, something's coming, it'll be there after Christmas? I know which decision I would make, but that's just me. So I told my wife one very specific thing, since we both have the same Amazon account. I ship all of the stuff that you can't see to me. So ship everything that I can't see to you, and then I won't open it. So we don't get confused. And she didn't. She's like, there's a bunch of packages coming, and some of them are addressed to you. And I'm like, how are we supposed to know which ones I can open and which ones I can't open without logging into the Amazon account to see what got delivered that day, where you'll see what is? Like, come on, man. You had one job. One job. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days. Because she's got a bunch of stuff coming in the next 2 days, and so do I. So, oop, the Alyssa Shepard thing came in.
I think that might be her kid.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, I mean,
I don't know his name, so.
But because she drives that minivan every day, and I've seen her with her kids.
Yeah.
And
could be. It very
she
well
was
could be.
Cards last night, so I assume
that would make sense.
Wednesday, closing farm market report, and a top was reached in a lot of commodities, including the grain and oilseed markets on Wednesday. After a 4-day rally, we take a step back.
Oh, last 2 days you've overheard people talking about this, huh? Yeah. Look, people who are honest, they know what's going on. You know, they understand what's happening here.
Soybeans, so a very flat day there, but January down a quarter point, 9.28 and a half. March beans 9.40 and 4%. Wheat was the downside leader. March 5.48 and a quarter, 8 cents lower. February live cattle 120.
So my wife had her first cup of coffee on the Ninja Coffee Maker. And I got home last night, and she goes, "Holy crap, you were right. That was a damn good cup of coffee." Actually, it was this morning. And she's doing the frother, so she's warming the milk and frothing the milk and putting it in there. Oh, man. I'm telling you, that Ninja coffee maker, that is the best cup of coffee that I have had in a very, very long time. Very long time. Yeah, they don't want to deal with the crap. They just want to go about their day. Ah, Mandalorian tonight too. That's right.
It's out already.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to watch it tonight, but it came out at midnight. Yeah, I think she got off light too. We've had some of her friends call and say, she's got kids too. Horrible tragedy. I agree with that. I don't have any malice towards a woman, but she snuffed out an entire family. I mean, she killed 3 kids, injured another one. I'm trying to put myself in a position where I just lost all of my children because somebody didn't stop for a bus light. I get it. It's an accident. She may not have meant it, but she did it. And that's pretty horrible. So she got 3 years. She won't serve the full 3 years, most likely. You know what image is hard to find now? Even though it was everywhere? The Shirt Happens image. Really hard to find it. I've got a Best News Bloopers of 2019 post that's getting ready to post here in a few minutes. And I thought about just putting that image in there.
Yeah, because that'll go over well. I'm sure that'll go over super smooth and without a
They did a good job of scrubbing it. I'll give them that. I will give them that. Yeah, that's interesting, Tracy. I was at the Euro place up the road here a couple weeks ago having a business lunch, and I heard a guy. He was like, "This is bullshit," and it looked like one of his coworkers was anti-Trump, but wasn't saying anything. He was like, "Oh." So it was actually the reverse. The Trump supporter was very vocal about it because it was on TV, and the anti-Trump person was keeping their mouth shut. No, I agree with you, Warren. I mean, it's.
Good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic.
I did not talk about the Boy Scouts yesterday. Nope. Didn't even bring them up.
Extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to 4hims.com/joy. That's right, free. Zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and
holy moly, man. Let's do this.
Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com.
Yeah, they do own voter fraud. Although there was just an illegal immigrant who voted for Trump illegally 5 times who was just convicted.
Called done right. This is Casey Hendrickson.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. It is the final Pass the Mic of 2019. Excuse me, got the hiccups. You can join me tomorrow at noon at Monterey Mexican Bar. Not tomorrow. Jeez. Friday. Sorry. My whole schedule is jacked up. I have tomorrow off, and then I come back on Friday for Pass the Mic. Okay, so sorry. So this Friday, Pass the Mic, noon at Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Of course, they got the special MNC menu. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to have some prizes, some giveaways. And again, final Pass the Mic of 2019. And it's going to be a blast. I've got a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. So it's going to be fun. Hope you will join me. Again, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill this Friday at noon. And again, it's not kid-friendly. So we're in the bar area. Kids can't be back there. But look forward to seeing you out there. Pass the mic. All right, we're doing open lines for the entire show today, 574-2595, 95.3. Roger, welcome to the program.
Yes, sir.
Hi there.
You are an awesome host, and I want to send you off into your vacation or whatever you're doing. Man, you let me on. I've heard everybody. You let people on and say anything they want, and that makes a really good host because you can deal, it seems like, with any situation. And I want to compliment you, and I want to send you off to your vacation. Man, you're great. You're good.
Well, thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Man, you put me on the air like 20 times saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and you let me do it. And that's awesome.
That's what Open Lines is about, man. That's it. I give you an hour a week.
I only call once a month.
Yeah.
But you guys are awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Timmy, you guys, we're lucky to have a show like yours in this area.
Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate it.
I think you came from Arizona?
No, I came from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
man,
close
you're
proximity.
awesome, dude. We're lucky to have you.
Well, thank you very much, Roger.
You seem so knowledgeable on everything.
Well, I mean,
we love it.
I'm a good bull spitter. That's all it is. But hey, Roger, I appreciate it. I got to run, but thank you so much. Take care, bud.
All right, brother.
Thank you. All right, 574-2595, 95.3. That is 2595-953. One line just opened if you want to call Tim. Doug, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hi, Casey.
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm enthusiastically in agreement with your last caller. I think you do a great job on your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very enjoyable. Hey, I just wanted to call and agree with you that I would love to see the Senate really take this up, this impeachment thing when they go through, and really kind of nail the point home that, these false accusation type, inquisitionary type hearings and court things, this has got to stop in this country. This is tearing the Constitution apart and throwing justice on his head. I mean, what's this inquisitional type justice system doing?
Well, look,
look at Judge Kavanaugh.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
people still think he's guilty.
Yeah, he was accused of all kinds of stuff by a woman that even her own witnesses couldn't even back up her story.
Correct.
And to me, that's like contempt of court. I mean, these people need to be held accountable for this stuff. So, and slow this kind of stuff, this inquisitionary type justice down and put it back to the way it's supposed to be.
No, it's out of control. And there's a statistic that I think is kind of important for everybody to hear. And since Eisenhower, the Democrats have floated the idea of impeachment and or flat out introduced in articles of impeachment for every single one of them. Every one. Now, some of those efforts were more serious than others. And while the George W. Bush stuff wasn't an actual huge push for real impeachment, they talked about impeaching him all the time. It was a constant narrative under the 8 years of his administration. And so the Democrats, this is their playbook. This has been their playbook since Eisenhower. Now, this is, this and Nixon were the most serious efforts, obviously, and most of those efforts were not, overly, universally popular and everything else, but they were still there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that has not happened on the Republican side. The Republicans haven't done that to Democrats.
Well, I mean, I'm hearing like different hosts. I'm not going to mention any names, but with the sentiment that we just need to get on with the country's business and blah blah blah, and just let this thing go and let Trump do what he does best, and he's doing it anyway in spite of the impeachment.
The fact that he has been as successful as he has been, considering all of the stuff that he's been dealing with for the past couple of years, is amazing.
It's totally amazing, and to me, it's more important to get the justice system back to, the burden of proof should be on the accuser, not the accused, and that's just going on way too much in this country these days, where people come up with all kinds of weird false accusations, and it gets taken so seriously that the accused almost doesn't have a chance.
That's true, very true, especially on college campuses. We talked about Title 9 and 10.
You shouldn't have to try to prove your innocence.
I agree. Hey, Doug, got to run. I'm getting the break signal. Got to bounce out here, man.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Happy holidays to you.
Hey, you too. I appreciate that. All right, 574-2595, 95.3, more open lines coming up. And I also have the letter that President Trump sent to Nancy Pelosi about impeachment. It's a heck of a letter. We'll get to that at some point today as well. More coming up on 95.3 MNC.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Michiana's news channel.
I'm going to refill my coffee.
I'm all right. Can I get your first name, please? All right, Bill. I'll try to get you on there. I'm gonna hurt you.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. It was so good. It's been over a year.
Thursday will be a little bit better, partly cloudy with a high of 36, and our temperatures only continue to warm as we head towards Friday. Friday will be high right around 40 degrees with mostly sunny to partly sunny skies in our forecast. And then as we step forward to Saturday, a mix of sunny clouds, temperatures right around 43, even making it to 45 for Sunday and still staying dry. In the ABC7 First Morning Neighborhood Weather Center, I'm Ross Kennedy.
95.3 MNC Weather Text Alerts. Customized and faster than ever. To stay connected, text weather to 45364. Do it right now. Pick the counties you care about and get word of severe weather the very moment the alert is issued. Minutes matter, and that's why text is better than ever. Again, text weather to 45364 right now. Since it's around the clock. News Talk 95.3 Michiana's news channel. Your breaking news radio station.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from everyone at Southwest Vision Center. They hope you have a wonderful holiday season. This time of year, we like to remind patients to make sure they take full advantage of their vision benefits. Don't let the benefits or flex money set aside for you expire, as many do on December 31st each year. Right now, get a free pair of Full Han or Inspire sunglasses with every year's supply of contacts before the end of the year.
Michiana's news channel. Would you like to talk to Kate? All right, can I get your first name, please? All right, I'll try to get you on there.
Southwest Vision Center. Dry eye, low vision, routine care, and more. Find out how to lower your suicide and refund spending your health for savings account. Many of the treatment options. Don't forget to access those funds.
On your diet.
January. I was offered so much for my mom was here. I was like, screw it. I'm just going balls to the wall for January.
Okay.
I did feel really good this morning, though. I had 2 steaks and 2 eggs. And I felt so good.
Yellow. It's for you.
Hello? I got it. Yeah, get ready to come back with it.
And this holiday season is a perfect time to take advantage. Big savings are available with discount coupons priced at 5 washes.
You got it. Okay, bye.
Breaking story that you saw already that you were supposed to come back with?
Just want to make sure I knew about it. He wants me to do a topic of that and get callers too. Want soundbite reactions?
We got 4 lines full.
I would write down the time when we get somebody called about her.
You know how it feels when you've saved enough
Oh, yeah.
for that long-awaited home edition?
I'll probably make a push for it at 5.
Yeah, they should back out.
That's the feeling with Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5 times, as represented by 5 times more savers. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. Free comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Merry Christmas, Tracy.
I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Bowl and Branch. We make
Love to see you on Friday. If you can make it, that'd be great.
millions of Americans love it. Yep, 3 U.S. presidents. Today, I'm announcing our 12 deals of Christmas sale. No partridges in a pear tree.
Of course, I sit down with my coffee.
Amazing deals every day on our award-winning, ethically made sheets, linens, and gifts. Merry Christmas from all of us at Bowl and Branch.
Visit bowlandbranch.com and find a new deal every day. That's BOLLBRANCH.com. Go to bowlandbranch.com.
To enable the 95.3 MNC skills, visit the skills section on your Alexa app or your smartphone and search for 95.3 MNC.
Who knew it?
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Breaking news. Of course, if you have the news alerts from MNC, you got this. If you want to sign up for those alerts, text the word news to 45364. Alyssa Shepard, who again was involved in that fatal accident involving the bus stop, has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. I would assume that she won't serve the entirety of that sentence, but I don't know. But again, she was sentenced to just 3 years. She was facing, I think, 20. So sentenced to 3 years. We have that story at 953mnc.com. And if you want to react to that or any other story, give us a call right now at 574-25-95-95-3. Again, Alyssa Shepard, who was responsible for that fatal school bus stop accident, is sentenced to just 3 years in prison. All right, 574-25-95-95-3. Jim, welcome to the program. Hello, Jim. All right. Got to let Jim go. Who else do we have? Dawn, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm well. What's on your mind?
Hey, I'll tell you, I'm a very strong supporter of Trump. Let me tell you 2 reasons why.
Okay.
First of all, he doesn't sugarcoat anything and tell you, oh, everything is wonderful, like a liberal. He tells it like it is, and he speaks his common language.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is he does what he says he's going to do, and I really like that. However, I hope that the Democrats keep on the impeachment train for 2 reasons. One is, as long as they're paying attention to impeachment, they're not passing stupid liberal laws. That's the first thing. And the second thing, as long as they're focusing on that, they have no idea what Trump is doing. He's getting all kinds of good stuff done. So those are my reasons I'd like to see the impeachment thing last for another 5 years.
It's a fair point. When I was at Noise and they had that one poll, they had only had that one poll that showed a majority supporting impeachment. I said they must have polled a lot of Trump supporters on that one because Trump supporters want this to go forward. You know, is that the RNC, since impeachment started, they have 600,000 new donors. Trump's poll numbers have gone up 6 points since impeachment started. It's been a complete disaster for the Democrats at this point in time.
I have one.
Go ahead.
I have one question for you if you have a chance.
Sure.
I have I saw something flash across the TV, I don't know, last night before last, about the House approving a bill to keep the government open.
Mm-hmm.
And that part of that bill was money for the wall. Is that correct?
I have to look at it because I don't know if there's any wall money in there. I'll have to double check, to be honest with you. I didn't dive that much into the continuing resolution. So
if there is, it's just another.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll try and get it before the end of the show. How about that? So, all right.
Okay,
I appreciate it, Don. Thank you so much. Okay, 574-25-95-95-3. Tony, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going? Are you still talking about the sentencing?
I'm talking about anything you want, man. It's open lines.
Oh.
It's my last show of the decade, so we're going to talk about whatever you want.
Oh, all right, cool, thanks. Yeah, I was just going to say that I think it's 3 years didn't seem like a lot, but, I don't know. Like me and my wife were talking, it just seemed like a a crappy situation no matter what happened. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, you're talking about the Alyssa Shepard thing. And this just broke. Alyssa Shepard, who was responsible for the fatal car accident, killed several kids, got 3 years. She was, I think, facing 20. And, when we talked about this before, we've had friends of hers call the program and say, she's a mom too, and she shouldn't be away from her kids. And I get that. And I don't have any malice towards the woman. I get it's a horrible accident, but you snuffed out a bunch of lives, and you've killed all of the children of a family. I'm trying to put myself in a position where I'm that family and I've lost all of my children because she wasn't paying attention to what was going on the road and was either playing with her cell phone or whatever else she was doing. I would be furious with 3 years, I believe. But there are others that have said it's a horrible accident. She feels terrible, and I believe that. It wasn't intentional. I understand that. She still killed several kids. It's just what I come back to.
I fall somewhere with you. I'm kind of in between. I thought it would be a little bit more, but, like I said, I can, people on Facebook, you read the comments and people are just, they talk ignorant, you know what I mean? Like they're so mean and hateful towards both people, you know what I mean? And like I said before, it's just there's no win-win for anybody, you know what I mean? It's just a really bad thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a horrible situation.
Horrible for everybody, I guess is what I'm saying.
And look, they've made the point that her kids could be turned into victims here too. I get that. I really do. But it still comes down, she killed, I think, 3 kids.
I agree.
Altered the life of a fourth, for the rest of their life. I just, I can't get over that. And I feel for everybody involved. I really do. But I have to default on, people are dead because of her. Not because of a malfunction of equipment, but because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And there should be punishment for that. And 3 years, I'm not convinced is enough, especially since I don't think she's going to serve all of it. So, who knows?
Agree.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. Thank you,
for
Tony.
your time. Thank you. Bye.
All right. 574-2595, 95.3. Pencil Neck is talking right now. Adam Schiff is up there talking. I'm sure, I don't know what he's saying. I'm not gonna play it for you because I'm sure it's not going to be accurate. So, it is what it is. I mean, if you want to watch it, go ahead. Harrison, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm glad this is a day that we can just talk about anything because this is something completely different.
Okay.
It has to do with your relationship with Vegas, and I don't know if you have any friends or family there, but this is way off kilter in the conversations today.
Okay.
I want to talk NFL real quick. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know any big NFL fans there in Las Vegas, or are you? And are they happy that my team is coming to grace their town with their presence?
Okay, so the move to get a professional sports team in Las Vegas has been a big one for a long time. I have always been in the pro camp, okay? We were real close to getting an NBA team at one point in time, and then the NBA All-Star Game happened in Las Vegas, and there was a bunch of gang problems that weekend, and it turned everybody off of the situation. The main opposition to the Raiders going to Las Vegas is that there is a prominent gang in Las Vegas that wears Raiders apparel. So there's an issue there with a lot of people. But in general, I believe that most of the city is supportive of the move. And I think it's going to be a positive move when they go there. And I will probably find myself rooting for the Raiders for the first time in my entire life simply because they're in Las Vegas. But there is a concern because there's a gang that wears Raiders apparel that is already based in Las Vegas. So there is a concern there. Hey, Harrison, I got to roll, man. I'm sorry I'm in a heartbreak, buddy. Appreciate it. Good question, though. Good question. We got more coming up. 95.3 MNC.
WTRC FM.
And HD1 and HD3.
Niles, South Bend, Elkhart.
Oh. Are they? I didn't hear that. Is Indiana getting a baseball team?
Are they?
I don't know. Warren said so. He's writing in all caps. Oh, man. Jacob, that's crazy. Blah, 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 impeachment, right, Roland? It's a very nice comment from Warren. Yeah, I agree with you too on the blind rage. I missed the Hendrickson coffee mug too. It got to the point where I would have to hold it like this because I can't hold it by the handle. And this is my new MNC mug, so I'm using this. I've got to get another mug. I just got to get one taken care of. But hopefully soon.
Okay, Jim. I will try to keep you on there. You have 2 gyms, so it's not always.
2 hands what?
Oh, 2 gyms.
2 gyms?
2 gyms.
Gime. What's a gime?
What?
It's one of the greatest pieces of Simpsons lore. When Homer Simpson got buff as hell by going to a gym at night. He was out for a walk, clearing his head, and he's like, "Gime? What's a gime?" And then it flashes back into the gym, and then he walks in, and he sees people pumping iron, and he goes, "Oh, a gime." It was a great piece of television, man. So good. Yeah, so I just write it down, let John know when that. Okay, I would just let John know when that call happened. I think it was Tony. So I'd be Tony, 4th segment of hour 1. That's what I would say.
Impress read.
I got it. Casey, there was $1.8 billion in wall funding in the bill. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Somebody's still arguing about when the decade ends. It has been a funny debate about the decade. MNC, it was funny, but Joe, we do love you. A bunch of married gingerbread houses. I dig that. All right. Yeah, I do need another custom mug. I've got to get one made. What's up, Happy? That's what I learned about robotics. St. Joe, with a simple operation procedure, I was back to normal in days, not months. Thanks to St. Joe, I turned time sitting out into time cherishing people in my love. Get back to the things you enjoy. Schedule your money assessment today. Call 1-833-300-WELL. Great savings. Now, join Carl's Offer Christmas Sale. Keep your humidifiers hot with best air run-ins. Pick up a 30-ounce bottle of humidifier for just $2.69. Or pick up a 64-ounce bottle of humidifier water treatment that prevents fogging and stale buildup. Only $4.99 during Menards Offer Christmas Sale. Go now through December 24. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea. At Quicken Loans, our 17,000 team members know that home is so much more than a house. That's because our clients tell us all the time. Hey, this is Jay Farr, CEO of Quicken Loans. And we want to help you save money on
Where are the
with some of the lowest refinancing rates ever. Rates are historically low. You may be able to reduce your rate and save money on your monthly mortgage payment right now. Pay off some credit card debt or put some money towards that new bathroom or kitchen you've always wanted. The rate today on our 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.18%. That's right, 3.99%. While we can't predict what will happen in the future, we do know that rates have dropped and now is the time to save money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKER or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn how refinancing now may be the right mortgage solution for you. That's 800-QUICKER or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rates subject to change. 3.75% fees. This is by rates called customer commissions. Equal housing limited license in all 50 states and unless regulated.
Here we go.
From the first step to the final phase, industrial and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. It is the 12 days of Christmas on 95.3 MNC. 12 days of great prizes that you can sign up for a chance to win. Go to 953mnc.com or you can text the word DAYS right now to 45364. You got a chance to win some awesome prizes, including prizes from Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill, Z-Bart of South Bend, and ZX Gun, as well as tons of other prizes, which you can see at 953mnc.com. It is the biggest contest of the year, and this year's Santa Sleigh is filled with great stuff. Sponsored by Parkwood Auto Spa, South Bend Chocolate Company, and, of course, your friends here at 95.3 MNC. Again, the breaking news this afternoon, Alyssa Shepard sentencing did happen. She was given 3 years in prison, 3 years of electronic monitoring, and at least 3 years of probation for the bus stop crash that killed 3 kids, injured a fourth. That story's at 953mnc.com. I don't believe that 3 years is enough. That's my personal opinion. She was facing about 20. Some people had sent me some texts that said, additionally, she should probably never let her drive again. Again, she did claim at the trial that she saw the lights prior to the crash, but did not realize it was a school bus. I don't know. I have so many thoughts about this, and I get it. I don't have any malice towards the woman. I understand that she didn't mean to do it. I understand that she is remorseful, but you can't erase the fact that she killed 3 kids and dramatically altered the life of a fourth. You can't. And for me personally, I don't think 3 years is enough. Anyway, 574-2595, 95.3. If you would like to weigh in on that issue, give us a call. Let us know. We're doing open lines for the entire show today. It is the last show of the decade, and I love saying that because it tweaks some of you who think that the decade goes for another year, and that debate has been raging on the Facebook page and the live stream for, I don't know, a week and a half now, and it's been funny to watch. So, Brian, welcome to the program.
Hi, Casey. Love your show. Love your show.
Thank you.
I have a question for you. If the Democrats get a hold of president's tax returns, do you think that he might be hiding something, or do you think he just doesn't want them to see it? And what would the ramifications be if they can get a hold of it? What is your opinion? I'd like to know.
I mean, I honestly don't know what's in them. I don't think that he's hiding anything. He's maintained that there was an audit process, and he didn't want that to get out and mess with the audit process. I don't know if that's true or not. You're not required to give your taxes when you run. So, I mean, this isn't a requirement. It's not like he's breaking the law by hiding it.
Right.
If they find out that he has been doing something illegal with the taxes, he'd be hit with it. But he's not been hit with it, up to this point. So the IRS hasn't found him doing anything illegal.
Right.
So I don't know exactly what it is other than politically motivated to try and use his taxes against him. So, from that aspect, do I think that they'll win that case? No. I think that the Supreme Court will side with him ultimately. But I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg kind of signaled that. But at the same time, we don't know how it's going to go. It could go either way. But there's no requirement for you to turn over your taxes. Now, if people want to change that, okay, have a discussion about changing the law, but you're not required to turn over your taxes when you run for public office. It's a tradition. People do it, but you're not required to. And the issue is going to be largely moot if Elizabeth Warren ends up being the nominee, because if Elizabeth Warren runs out there and she's refusing to release her taxes from the private sector, that doesn't, that doesn't make any sense. Right. So to me right now, it all seems politically motivated. Remember the one time they did get some of his taxes, we ended up finding out that he actually was downplaying how much charitable giving he gave, and it ended up being another disaster for them. So, no, I don't think there's anything there, but I guess we'll just have to see what the Supreme Court ultimately decides on this thing as it makes its way through.
Okay, now is that tied to the one in New York where the Democrat district attorney is trying to get him to his, concerned with his businesses as well? Is that all wrapped in with that as well? You know what I'm talking about?
So remember when he didn't pay any taxes that one year and people were complaining about it? Well, the tax code allows you to carry forward losses. So if you have a year where you have a major loss, and he had years where he had millions of dollars in losses because he was building buildings and he wasn't making any money. He was only spending money. Anybody who's built a business knows that there are those building years and you're not making profit, you're just spending, okay? So then you get into the years where you're starting to make profit, and you can either pay taxes on the profit or you can take those losses that you had, you can bring them into that current year by amending your taxes, and you can get credit for it with your taxes. So this is what Amazon did. And everybody's attacking Amazon because they didn't pay any taxes. Well, I should say they didn't pay any corporate taxes this past year, but they did pay all that sales tax, and they collected the sales tax for all of those states. But what they did is those years, most people don't realize Amazon was operating for like 20 years or something like that before they made a profit.
Wow.
So
did not know that.
So they bring that stuff forward, and they've only been profitable for about a decade. And so they bring that, don't quote me on the exact number, but it's right about that. I was in radio when Amazon still hadn't turned a profit, and I was shocked because I remember doing the story in Vegas and going, wow, they still haven't made any money on books. So, of course, now they do all this other stuff. So they just carry forward those losses into years where they did have profits, so it offsets. And, you may not like that. That's cool, but that's the tax code. That's not the business people's fault and everything. So he probably has a lot of that on there, and they're going to use that against him. Oh, he hasn't paid taxes and whatever.
Sure.
I mean, and he could be trying to hide that, but I don't think he's done anything illegal.
Okay.
So otherwise the IRS would have gone after him already.
Sure. Okay. I was just curious. I appreciate it. I hope they don't get them, but yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Great show.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And look, if the Supreme Court doesn't agree, and they do say that he's got to turn over his taxes, which, by the way, is a new presidential precedent that every presidential candidate's going to have to turn over their taxes. So Elizabeth Warren, they'll be coming for you next. Then okay, but if they find something that if he did something illegal, I'll call him out on it. It's just that there hasn't been any evidence of him doing anything wrong. So until that happens, this just appears to be politically motivated. Jim, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Yes, Casey, I've got a question, and by the way, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
If this impeachment thing goes into the Senate, I guess what I want to know is, will they go back, will people get hung over this, get in bad trouble, and will it go back to who started it, Hillary Clinton?
Okay, so it's not going to go back to Hillary Clinton. However, I have to remind people, the Clinton Foundation criminal investigation is still ongoing.
Right.
That is not done. Then you also have the reopening of the probe into her emails. That has now happened. Okay, so and we've discovered several thousand new emails that we didn't know about before. So it's possible that Hillary Clinton gets hit with something. She's not going to jail. Okay, but she might get hit with something.
I think they should all go to jail personally.
I understand, but it's not going to happen. If it does, by the way, I will be super pleasantly surprised. But I'm a pessimist on this. I should say I'm actually a realist. But it does come off as pessimistic.
It all, basically.
I agree. She did.
Dossier, didn't she?
100%, she did. I think right now, the person that's in the most potential for being in trouble is Andrew McCabe. He's the former assistant director and then the acting director. Andrew McCabe is the one that even the FBI doesn't like. So he doesn't have anybody protecting him at this point except for CNN. Everybody doesn't like Andrew McCabe. So we keep learning that Andrew McCabe was also signing off on a lot of this stuff. And, if James Comey says, oh, take it to Andy and let him sign off on the FISA stuff, and his signature is all over this stuff, and James Comey's isn't, then James Comey gets to do the whole, I wasn't me, it was Andrew. So Andrew McCabe, I think, is the one that is in the biggest potential trouble right now. But no, I don't think that they're going to go after. I don't think they're going to throw Strzok in jail. I don't think Lisa Page is going to go in jail. I don't think this other attorney who altered that email to lie to the FISA court, he's probably going to get convicted. that's a big deal. The problem is that he did it at the direction of some of these other players, and nobody is charging those players with anything. Adam Schiff is not going to get hit with anything. Maybe
he should. He's nothing but a liar.
Well, he's also broken the law. He might be in trouble on this phone record thing. Keep watching that.
Right.
But there's wide protections for members of Congress to do things while they're doing the official business of government. And so there's these protections that have to be kind of navigated. With this phone thing, though, he may have gone outside of that. So we'll see how that plays out. But I as far as getting in trouble, maybe censures, maybe an official article of admonition or something of that nature. But I don't think anybody's going to jail at this point. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, I hope you are too.
I really do. But
I
we'll
thank
see.
you for your answers and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry
and a
Christmas.
Good New Year.
I appreciate it. You too,
and
Jim.
a great vacation.
Thank you. All right. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
The Hendrickson.
Oh, Judy, you're next. I gotta do Impress. Damn it. Forgot about Impress.
Yep.
Guess they're doing a Bayless contest.
Oh, Rocket Stockton.
Yeah, they got a bunch of Bayless entries.
Wait, so like one for Bayless or like?
The keyword is Bayless, so
interesting.
They're running a contest with his name. It's funny watching some of the people know who he is and everything else.
I have liners already that Matt locked in for tomorrow, so I will plot those in after Casey show or whatever. So anyway, we're good to go liner wise for tomorrow.
Okay. Sweet.
Michiana's news channel. Would you like to talk to Casey? All right. Can I get your first name, please? All right. I'll try to get you on there. Michiana's news channel. Would you like to talk to Casey? All right. Can I get you? Yes. Can I get your first name, please? All right. I'll try to get you on there.
I'm looking at 6 men on that shot right there. There are 6 men and there are 2 suits. There are 6 men and there are 2 suits. Am I right?
Yeah.
The ladies are all wearing different clothes. There's 6 guys there and there are only 2 different suits. 4 of them are wearing the same black suit with slightly different ties, and then 2 guys are wearing the exact same steel blue suit.
That is funny.
And the 2 guys wearing the same steel blue suit have a very similar tie and are wearing the same beard style.
I think the dude.
What the hell?
Dude in front has on a different shirt.
Does he? Okay, wasn't looking at the shirt, but.
Well, I did have to run it up.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. But, all right, fair point. Fair point. That's funny. Like the same exact shade of black. I mean, come on. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Is Instagram fact-checking memes? Oh, hell. What do we got? Hey, Tracy. Welcome back. They're elite operatives.
They might go to the same table.
Dude, I'm sure that there's like one person that is making the rounds that they all probably use.
There's a dude who does like all the the past 3 or 4 presidents.
Yeah, there's one guy who makes the president's suits. Yep. I'm sure that there's some person who makes the rounds on a regular basis. Do you need a suit? Let's go ahead and get your stuff while I'm here. And probably goes to every single office and uses the same materials and everything. I'm sure.
He probably makes good money.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. He's got on a candy cane tie.
Sure as hell does. Good for him.
4 colors, though. He's got that dark blue and then the light blue and
Yeah.
the red.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but
It's a little out.
it's a little much. That pink tie's been driving me bonkers all afternoon, though.
It's crooked or because
It's
obnoxious.
yes. Because look at his collar too. Like the collar on the right side is on his right.
Yeah.
It's like the knot is way up in his collar. I'm gonna get rid of one of my chins here. Right. Is that Old Manly on 4?
Oh,
my Michigan dude usually calls me.
I think so.
Okay.
Not really. Sure.
Wow, really? They're removing memes. Jesus. And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Again, breaking news. Alyssa Shepard, who's responsible for that fatal school bus stop crash that killed 3 kids, injured a 4th, sentenced to just 3 years in prison. She also got 3 years of electronic monitoring and at least 3 years of probation for that crash. Again, she was facing a lot more time. She only got 3 years. Let us know what you think about that or any other issue at 574-2595, 95.3. First, I got to tell you about Impress Jewelry Creations. All right? There's no doubt many of you are going to be disappointed with your gifts this year. No worries. Here's what you got to do. Don't spend all of your money on other people. Save some for yourself and then go to Impress Jewelry Creations because they're doing a sale right now through the end of the year. And you're going to be able to get some amazing deals on amazing pieces of jewelry. And they've also got knives. They've got pens. They've got money clips, guys. Of course, their watches for men and women are fantastic. Just absolutely stunning stuff. And they've got some of the best jewelry makers and jewelry lines in the entire country. But their independent line that they just launched of their own brand, their own handmade, one-of-a-kind pieces made from the best diamonds, highest quality diamonds, and the most precious gemstones, you have to see it to believe it. You want a truly unique piece that nobody else is going to have? No awkward moments when you're on the red carpet of somebody wearing the same thing? Go to Impress Jewelry Creations. Again, you can visit them online at impressjewelers.com, or you can visit their showroom in person. And even if you're not seriously considering buying, go in and look. You know, it's fun anyway. You know you want to. Ladies, drag him in there, okay? If you're trying to drag him along and looking at engagement rings, go in there. Go ahead and look at some stuff. Show him what you like. Go to Impress Jewelry Creations at 1233 University Drive, City Plaza South. Again, they're in Granger, next to Temper Grill and C. Kramer Interiors. Guys, I'm just throwing it out there. A lot of people propose right around the New Year. It's one of those things that happens, so may want to consider it. All right, to the phone lines we go. Jim, welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
I'm well. What's on your mind?
Well, I'd like to talk about the impeachment. As far as I can see, the impeachment was preordained from the time that the President Obama called all the Democrats in the back room. And I think that Obama probably was the worst president we have ever had. He's tried to destroy our democracy, destroy our relations between black and white, destroy relations between the police. And we've got a president in the office that is for America and not trying to hand it off to everyone else.
Well, I mean, I've got an article from Politico that is before the president was sworn in that says, could Trump be impeached shortly after he takes office? 16 minutes after he was sworn in, the Washington Post ran an impeachment article. So, to your point, has this been preordained that they were going to do this? Yes. And I don't think that anybody can argue against that. Now, there would be some people that say, well, that's because we knew his crimes when he was running for office, except there haven't been any crimes. That's the issue. So, yeah, I believe that this is a strategy all along. And you saw members of the press before he was sworn in and right after he was sworn in, talking about it, pushing the narrative. You had Nadler early on saying, I'm the guy to impeach this president before there was an impeachable offense that they said was in existence, long before the phone call ever happened. So, yeah, they've pushed this as a campaign strategy. And, again, I want to remind everybody, there has been at least a small push for impeachment for every Republican president since Eisenhower. Now, again, some of those were not all that serious, but it has happened. That's not a myth. You can go back. You can look at it. Even Snopes has confirmed it, okay, the left-leaning fact-checking website. So it's, this is just one of those strategies. You're always a racist. You always cheat on your taxes. You're always some kind of a sexual deviant. You're always a sexist. You're always homophobic. Now you're transphobic. All of these things that they use every single time. And, in the back of it, there's that impeachment push by some as well. And that has just been something that Republican presidents have always had to deal with.
Right. Well, hey, I only have one more question.
Sure.
Where can I buy this insurance?
ASDefense.com.
Okay.
You can also
I got that.
ASDefense.com.
All right.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas, Casey.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You bet.
You're back. All right. 574-2595, 95.3. I think it's sold out of all the places locally who are carrying it. So you have to go to my website to get it. Mark, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hey, I'm with you on the girl ran over them kids. She needs to get more time than what she got. I mean, I know she's going through. Yeah, I can't imagine what she's going through being only 24. But yeah, I'm with you. I think she needs to get more time.
So you don't think that Alyssa Shepard, you don't think 3 years in prison is enough, even with the electronic monitoring and probation and everything?
No, it needs to be more than that. But and then my other thing is being part of the crew that put up the tallest decorated Christmas tree in Indiana at the toll road entrance in 933. I'd really like to see a picture on Facebook of you standing in front of it with your awesome ass sweater on.
Oh, you want me to get in front of that with the sweater?
Yeah.
It's on 933, you said, right?
It's at the end of St. Mary's, 933 in Douglas Road, toll road entrance.
All right, we'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, I'd really like to see you with your awesome sweater right there.
Okay. I might very well be able to make that happen when I'm on vacation. Okay? Keep monitoring the Facebook page.
All right. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you next decade.
All right. Sounds good. Merry Christmas, Mark. Appreciate it. He's triggered a bunch of people. It's not the next decade yet. Donovan, welcome to the program.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi there.
I was gonna weigh in on the impeachment nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have mixed feelings about it.
Okay.
I kind of like to see it happen, just to see the Democrats look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that's not hard for them to do. But then I also think that I hope that that the Senate puts a stop to it, just because for the sake of the country. I care about the country.
Yeah, that's where I'm torn. But then there's a part of me that's like, okay, so if the Senate puts a stop to this thing early, the Democrats will use it as a campaign issue. They'll say, look, we had all of these debates. We had 2 committee hearings on this thing. Then it goes over to the Senate, and they just killed it. They didn't even give it consideration because they're in the back pocket of the president, and they're going to use it as a campaign issue. It's going to be a whole deal. So I would like to see the Republicans rebuff that by, as much as it should be dismissed, they're going to have to play the political game here and make sure that they pick it apart and take it seriously, even if it isn't serious, because they have to remove at least some of the sting that the Democrats will have inevitably when it fails, and it will fail. But the Democrats will always say, well, it's because they're in the president's back pocket. But if you do it right away and you just dismiss it, it gives them a little bit more credibility to go out there to people who haven't been paying attention to it. Whereas if you give it consideration and you come out and you go, look, we looked at everything that the House found on this thing, and it's all buckus. You know, there's nothing to this thing. We have to dismiss it. There's no crime. There's nothing that violates Article 2 of the Constitution. The president can't be impeached.
Right. And, of course, then you got people like Al Green running around saying that he's going to keep pushing the impeachment thing, till next year or whatever.
Al Green proposes to it. He introduces articles of impeachment against every Republican. So it's, that's what Al Green does. He doesn't do anything else in Congress but write articles of impeachment for people. So that's just his thing.
Right.
So, yeah. But no, they did. You're right. I mean, it's not just him. There's others that have said, if it fails in the Senate, we'll do it again. And they will campaign on, you have to give us the Senate in this election because if the president wins, we need to impeach him. And that's what they will say. So regardless, the Democrats will make that argument. So we'll see what happens. But right now, the president's sitting pretty darn good.
And I know he's at a 53% approval rating last time I saw.
Yeah. So officially, I think Rasmussen is the one that has been tracking this, the closest. He's up 6 points since impeachment started. The GOP, the RNC, I should say, officially, the RNC has 600,000 new donors. Not 600,000 new dollars, 600,000 new donors since impeachment started. So, and if you look at all of the battleground states, the initial polling in the battleground, every battleground state has Trump winning. Every single one.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, again, it's early. We're a year out, but it's staggering. Absolutely staggering. So this is backfired. McCarthy was on with Rush Limbaugh today. I only heard like a minute or two of it, but he said, Pelosi promised them that they were going to see increasing poll numbers for them and that Trump was going to see decreasing poll numbers, and the exact opposite has happened. I mean, you look at some of the town halls. Schiff's town hall erupted the other day. You had that lady in Michigan, her town hall erupted. You've got a Democrat who's flipping parties now. He's becoming a Republican over this. It's not going well for them at all.
Yeah.
So, all right. Hey, I got to run. I'm on a hard break, Donovan, but I appreciate the call, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, 574-2595, 95.3. More coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station, MNC.
So we had two calls back-to-back that addressed it at 427. So, in case you needed to tell him. Since he wants them sandbats. Oh, God. Oh, that felt so good. You have no idea. Oh, that was good stuff right there. Good stuff. Casey, a decade could be any period of 10 years.
Michigan.
Ooh, what a good question.
You would be third in line. All right, I'll try to get you on there. Michiana's news channel. Would you like to talk to Casey? All right, can I get your first name, please? All right, I'll try to get you on there.
All right, I'm going to grab some hot water. Be right back. Oh, my God.
My legs feel like they're working out bad.
The President of the United States was willing to sacrifice our national security by withholding support for a critical strategic partner at war. Expect a party lineup tonight. This is a Fox News alert.
Swamped day today. Damn. Hey, Virginia, how are you? Is there double jeopardy for the that's a good question. I thought about that too. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the legalities are of that. I'd have to bring in a legal expert. That is a great question. There's one that I had too. It's like, well, if they're going to keep impeaching, they have to come up with new crap to impeach him for, right?
That wouldn't make sense.
It would make sense, but it's not a court of law. Which is why he didn't have to face a witness, and he wasn't allowed to call witnesses. So
maybe it's the cold winter Roger because he has to hang his head up. Maybe it's the first fish pulled from the ice.
well, I'm glad that they enjoyed watching it. I had a guy today tell me that he was one of them that put up the big old Christmas tree, and he wants me to go out and have the sweater on in front of that big tree. So I might make that happen. We'll see. Truth be told, I'm saying that, but I probably will not do it. Tomorrow's my window. Ooh, cops are swarming Mar-a-Lago, huh? Oh, trespassing incident. It's so far away from the house, I don't know that I'll get there, V, but I'll do what I can. So, Speed, did you try and reprint the Baby Yodas yet? Guess what I'm printing right now? Santa Claus in carbonite. Ha! It's like this big. It's huge. So, yeah.
You got those readers.
What? I did.
You did the impress?
I did impress. What do I have? Oh. Okay. Did you tell me that?
Yeah.
I don't think you did. I don't think you told me.
Yeah, because I thought you did it. Didn't know you had to.
Well, Tim, maybe you.
Yeah. You don't legitimately do something.
So here's what we got to do, though. I mean, every time Roger calls, we'll just call him Bob. I'm sure he doesn't know. I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think he genuinely just has no idea who you are.
No.
I mean, Tim was here for like 7 years. Well, no, he wasn't here for that long. 5.
Are we pushing our electrical stuff too hard and running the risk of shutdowns? Does the lighting in my facility create a safe working environment for my staff? One call does it all. 574-522-4444. From plant wiring, service upgrades, energy efficient lighting, and commercial solutions for every industry. Let us take the guesswork out of your project and help you sleep easy. Find us on Facebook or visit finalphaseelectric.net.
Good.
Across the ocean, basically grew himself as a painter. And then my dad, he's been a painter for a lot of his life, and now I'm a painter. I love to paint, I really do. People are not a big fan of having their house work for a long period of time. That's where I think we come in, and we have a larger crew. So our bedroom or our great room is.
I haven't even had to look at my show prep yet.
Because we have that ability to get in there. People don't, like I said, want to be tore up for a long period of time. It is all about cleaning too. I mean, a lot of people in the spring and in the fall, people want to repaint great rooms, and bedrooms, and bathrooms, and just spruce it up a little bit. 574-633-0171 or ChrismanCustomPainting.com. If I put my name on the job, I want it to be a good product. It should last.
Here we go.
From the first step to the final phase, industrial and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I'm your host, Casey Hendrickson. I still get a lot of emails. I get a lot of text messages. I get a lot of people calling the studio and asking where they can get this CBD lotion from. Some people still think it's an oil. It's not an oil. It's a lotion. And that is a good thing, okay? A lot of people don't like the taste of CBD oil, okay? They don't like it. There are some creams out there. They're really expensive. And then it's a cream. You know, it's not a lotion. You put lotion on, you moisturize your skin, you soothe your skin, it disappears. It's not caked all over you, and you get up to 500 milligrams of full spectrum CBD. So you get pain relief like that. And here's the thing. You pop a pill. If the pill works, okay, it'll take an hour or so to really get through your system. With the CBD lotion, it takes a matter of minutes. It is that fast. The dermal absorption is super quick. My wife the other day had a sore foot. She said she was dealing with it for a couple of days. She told me on the couch, she goes, I don't know why I didn't think about putting the lotion on there. I put it on there because she goes, it's gone. Totally gone. We've got people now buying new bottles, replenishing the bottles that they bought before, which tells me that it works. There's a reason that they are coming back and buying it again. This product is phenomenal, and it is affordable. That's the thing. Everywhere you go, there's CBD. I understand that. There's a lot of competition. It's confusing, but you get a lot of the competition out there who are competing with all natural CBD here. They will give you about 20 to 25% of the product with a weaker concentration of CBD, probably an inferior CBD. It's usually isolate, and they charge you 3 to 4 times as much. With all natural CBD, all you have to do is fork over for the 500 milligrams, $19.99. So it's either $14.99 for the 250, $19.99 for the 500 milligrams, full spectrum CBD, made in America, tested in America, veteran-owned company, and it works. And if you mention me, use my coupon code, KC10, you get 10% off. Go to allnaturalcbd.org. Allnaturalcbd.org, coupon code KC10. You can also go to any local eSigWorks location, and yes, my coupon code works there as well. Again, allnaturalcbd.org. Back to the phone lines. Lee, welcome to the program.
All right, Casey. Merry ho Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I hope you get your family over to that beautiful, beautiful, tallest Christmas tree there at 933. It's just beautiful.
We'll see. I hope so.
Okay. Now, report from Michigan. It's snowing up here.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to say a little prayer for the tens of thousands of people that are in Battle Creek because we got lake effect bands setting up along good old Interstate 94. So that would be an important news item if for the other, snowstorm that's being created by the Democrats over in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that did happen this past week in Michigan, our good old American Indian Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren has set up a campaign headquarters over by Detroit.
Okay.
So I was wondering, is she paying her people $15 or more an hour? Do they get time and a half? Do they get a Christmas bonus like that one company gave out, $10 million?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was a great bonus, yeah.
Yes. Can Elizabeth Warren match, private enterprise instead of complaining about capitalism? So, in Michigan, now keep your finger near the bleep button. I might have to quote our Congresswoman Tlaib.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we got to remember, Nancy Pelosi keeps saying, oh, no. We were not going to have impeachment on the front burner. We were not going to have impeachment be our number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then what do we have here in Michigan? A congresswoman using the MF word on the first night of her inauguration.
That's correct.
So that is something horrible. One thing that's really interesting, if you put in Elizabeth Warren and Congresswoman Tlaib's name in a, the Greenfield Village Henry Ford Museum over in Tlaib's district. Beautiful, beautiful place. Every Christmas time, they have a wonderful, good old-fashioned Christmas. If you put Tlaib's name in there in terms of Christmas carols, in terms of, Christmas dinners, in terms of, everybody cooperating together, it really turns out to be a sorrowful mess. So, you can see that we have a great, deal of cooperation that we need to put together after this impeachment mess is over with.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Lee, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Just remember, Rangers lead the way.
There you go. That's true.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy. Something else that happened in Michigan is the porch pirate bill, too. I mean, that was good. Anyway, 574-2595, 95.3. Somebody did ask me, Casey, is there any good fact-checking websites? Yes. Write this down. Checkyourfact.com. Checkyourfact.com. It is fantastic. Probably the best one in existence that I am aware of anyway. It is certainly the only one that is credible, that has the power of fact-checking on social media because they are a partner. They are a daily caller project, and it is very accurate. I've had very little problems with their fact checks, and probably the best one you're going to run into. Checkyourfact.com. Got more coming up. 95.3 MNC.
Football. Huh? Football. What's up, Papaca? It's a Papaca. Only accent. Actually, halfway. The chocolate blob. Yeah, baby.
Ugh. I need meat.
That's nice.
That's what she said.
Michiana's News Channel. Would you like to talk to Casey?
Take care,
Can I
Warren.
get your first name, please. Okay.
That's funny, Roland.
I'll try to get you on there.
He was on hold for 30 minutes, so I had to let him have his say.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is coming to Netflix in a new original series.
Oh, well, they did. They did She-Ra.
Yeah, I'm guessing She-Ra had really good reviews. So
did it?
I am not at all surprised. So. Should be good.
Yeah, Rhonda, we did talk about it. We're still taking calls about it. It's 3 years in prison, 3 years monitoring, and 3 years probation.
What happens when you want to test drive a car first? And what happens if you have a question you want a live local expert to answer? The solution is Lock Money Fast Track. Lock Money Auto.
You are late to the party, Rhonda. Shame on you. Tiskety tisk. That man's hair is white.
Yeah.
Holy crap. He doesn't have gray hair. He has white hair. That is blinding. Bob Gibbs from Ohio.
Bob Gibbs.
She did? I did not hear that, Sam. The kid's mom got hit with a simple assault charge for lunging at Alyssa after the verdict. Oh my God. I did not hear that.
Strictly made in America, solid wood. For the Mission collection, they use solid quarter sawn white oak or solid black cherry. Their modern collection, that's all solid cherry product. Their upholstery is all maple frame, glued screw, doubled out, 8-way hand tied. They use the finest cushion material, fabrics. I mean, it literally will last you a lifetime. Come in, look at what we have, see what we have to offer, and we would love the opportunity to show you what we can do. Come to see Perimeter Interiors on University Drive next to Temple Grill, City Park.
The Legends of Golf return to the Jack Nicklaus Design Harbor Shores next May for the 2020 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. Just in time for the holidays, the PGA of America is offering a limited number of championship gift packages that include rounds of golf at Harbor Shores, senior PGA logo merchandise, and discounted championship tickets. Perfect for the golfer in your life. But don't wait. Visit srpga.com to purchase today and follow us on social media to take advantage of our 12 days of deals.
At DJ Construction, we're building into our communities, like the new 244,000 square foot manufacturing plant we built for Jayco in just 8 months. Or the Fathers Matter Forum we sponsored to encourage men to step up and enter meaningful relationships with kids. I'm Matt Schraub from DJ Construction. We live here, we care here. DJ Construction, building into our community. When it's time to build, make us your first call.
Celebrate the season with Judy's 12 days of sales. Drop in.
You know what's weird about the prosecution in Alyssa Shepard in her case is they're saying she wasn't distracted. She wasn't on her phone. I mean, remarkable.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I'm your host, Casey Hendrickson. Again, breaking news this afternoon. Alyssa Shepard, the woman who killed 3 children at that school bus accident, was sentenced to 3 years in prison. She probably won't serve the full time. 3 years of electronic monitoring and 3 years of probation for the bus stop crash that killed 3. And you know, one of the questions I've had is if she was distracted, but, you know, the prosecution in the case said that she wasn't. Remember, she said that she saw the lights. She just didn't recognize that it was a bus, and these kids were crossing the street. So she saw the lights, didn't recognize that it was a school bus, but she didn't see the kids at all. And, you know, the prosecutors, like, her behavior is unjustifiable. It's a freaking bus. She wasn't distracted. She wasn't on her phone. She was conscious. I'm hearing that the mother of the kids was apparently, Brittany Engel was apparently charged with a small charge for lunging at Alyssa Shepard after the sentencing. I'm working to pull that up as well, but 3 years, not enough time, in my opinion. It's just not enough time. All right, 574-2595, 95.3. Again, you want to call about that topic or anything else, give us a call and let us know. 574-2595, 95.3. Rick, welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Excellent. Listen, I talked to you a couple of months ago, and you had told me that the Michigan laws had changed as far as the insurance rates. Mm-hmm. And since then, I've been fighting with my insurance company, trying to get them to understand that the laws have changed. And they're going, "Oh no, I knew you were going to laugh at that." Apparently, they say, "Well, you still have to keep the same level of insurance, and it's going to cost you the same." Is there any site I can go to that will give me some support that I can use against my insurance company to say, "Hey, look, I should be getting cheaper rates"?
I mean, what are they saying? Are they just trying to keep your rates exactly the same?
Yeah, they're trying to say I need the same level. You're going to need to have the same type of stuff going on. And basically, obviously, I don't have new cars because I don't want to pay that kind of rate.
Sure.
But even though I want to just keep the PLPD coverage, they are saying, well, that you have to have the additional coverage that's always been there when you have for the no fault, and that's how they want to keep it. And I'm going, but I don't have to have that. They changed the rules, the laws.
Uh-huh.
And they are just fighting with me. And the only reason I've been fighting with them is, of course, right after that happened, or right before that happened, I paid my 6-month premium for my car insurance. I said I should get a break. And they're fighting it all the way.
So you're still in your contract then?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, they have your money and they don't want to give it back.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if it's going to they're going to try to continue it when I go to pay my next month or next year's or after your premium. And how can is there a site I can go to that says this is what's happened? We passed this ordinance.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, it was covered by every Michigan media outlet and Michiana outlet. I mean, we talked about it. MLive.com would probably be a good website to go to. They're a really good news website. Yeah, I'm. I wish I could say that I were really surprised.
Shocked. I know you're not shocked.
No,
you're shocked,
and I don't pay mine 6 months in advance. I do the monthly thing,
right?
And so, for me, it's usually like I'll call them up because I've been getting inundated with even still being on the new side of the border because I'm back over on the Indiana side, but because I had shopped around on the Michigan side, they're all calling me back and going, "Hey, the law has changed. We have new rates." And so
was that like a local insurance company that was doing that with you?
Yeah, I had a couple of local ones. Liberty Mutual was one of them, and they had a really good Michigan rate anyway.
Because obviously I'm dealing with a corporate. I've always started with the corporate, and I've always been dealing with the corporate, and I'm just wondering if that's what my problem is. And I just may need to go possibly do an independent local.
Yeah. I wish that I could send you to I mean, you know what? Call Mishawaka Family Insurance and see. I don't know if they've opened up some of the auto stuff that they do in Michigan or not. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But contact Mishawaka Family Insurance. Let them know that I sent you over there and see if they can help you out. If they can't help you out, they can direct you to somebody who probably can.
Well, the Cohorn family is sure appreciates you because I went with them and they were great. So I'll take you up on this one too. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's I would do that. Just contact them. I know that a while ago they were saying we can't really be all that competitive there with the car insurance because of the laws. But with that changing, I don't know if they have adjusted their policy or if they have somebody that they work with in Michigan maybe that would be able to help you out. I don't know, but
all right. Well, that's what I'll do. But apparently, if you pay in advance, there's nothing they can do. You got to.
Yeah, you probably just locked yourself into whatever that deal was, and they don't want to issue a refund, is what I would assume.
Yeah.
But I would assume at renewal they would probably have adjusted rates, but I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I have no idea what's going on.
I'm a little afraid because they're fighting me so hard on this. Well, why would they stop it? Once they already have you. So I will give the Michiana people a call then.
Yeah, Mishawaka Family Insurance, and said just let them know that I sent you, and if they can't help you on the Michigan side of things, so I know they're kind of limited in what they did in Michigan because of the law, but with it changing, maybe they've adjusted that or they have somebody they can work with.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to try and do. Well, appreciate your help, sir.
You bet, buddy. Appreciate it.
Okay.
And Mishawaka Family Insurance on the Indiana side is fantastic. Anyway, 574-25-95-95-3. I don't have enough time to take any callers. I don't want to rush anybody, so we'll hold you over until the next hour. I found this story, ABC 7 Chicago. The driver who struck and killed 3 siblings at their Rochester, Indiana school bus stop was sentenced Wednesday and then attacked by the mother of the 2 children in court. Shepard was convicted in October. Wednesday, she was sentenced to a total of 10 years. Well, they got the sentencing a little bit wrong on this, but anyway. Brittany Engel, mother of the twin boys, charged Shepard in court, punched her, and was arrested and will be charged with misdemeanor battery. Okay. If people can call here and plead for leniency for Alyssa Shepard because she's a mother, how about we have some leniency for the mom who lost all of her kids because of this woman and give her a gimme on the punch to the face? How about that? So, again, thank you to the listeners on the live stream for telling me that. Brittany Engel, again, lunged at her. I can't fathom what that poor family is going through. But if you ask me, the bare minimum that Brittany Engel should be entitled to is 1 punch to Alyssa Shepard's face. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
It's also a good point, Roland. Yeah, I mean, at a bare minimum, Daniel, bare minimum. Unacceptable. I was always wondering why I never heard a distracted angle. I never heard it, and I didn't realize that the prosecution had argued that she wasn't distracted.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Michiana's news channel. Would you like to talk to Casey? Okay. Sure.
In October, Shepard was found guilty of 3 counts of reckless homicide, 1 count of criminal recklessness, and 1 count of driving around the school bus with an extended stop arm. During the trial, she claimed that she saw the lights prior to the October 2018 crash.
Witness said that she saw the bus and the kids.
All right. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll pass.
I mean, you can zone out and kind of go to sleep while you're driving. Maybe that happened. I
don't know. You see flashing red lights when flashing orange lights. You kind of.
Well, and that's just like she says she saw them. That's the thing. So, I mean, if you can see those, how do you not see the damn kids?
You don't. I don't know. I just. I don't.
And she took 3 kids from a family. 3.
Yeah.
I mean, losing 1 kid is the worst thing that can happen, and that you lose all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate talking about that case. I get so pissed off.
Oh, wow. I don't. It's an upsetting case. It's an upsetting case.
I get so friggin' angry when I have to talk about it. Got somebody.
ABC 67 has put away from impeachment cover for that story that they're covering right now.
It's a bigger story locally.
Yeah, I don't mind them. I would have done it.
I only got 2 of 3 messages from somebody, so I don't know all what they're saying.
Too imposing. You look great, dear. Does this make my butt look good?
You look great, dear. So now, I take her to Judy's, top designer clothes that are perfect for any occasion. Judy's has specialists, Judy Girls, specially trained associates who can provide personal color and style analysis. It's big city fashion with small town pricing. My wife loves the styles, and the staff won't even let her leave the store with something that doesn't look just right. Now, my wife is usually ready before I am.
How do I look?
You look incredible, dear. Now,
Firefighter and EMS personnel get 2 free years of tuition at Ivy Tech.
What's that?
Ivy Tech offers free tuition to volunteer firefighters and EMS personnel.
Hi,
2
I'm Jay
years.
Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Let's talk credit card debt for a minute. If you feel you're carrying too much of it, you're not
That's
alone.
cool.
The average household in the U.S.
If she's normal. I mean, if she's normal, Tracy.
Good news. With cash out refinance from Quicken Loans, you can quickly and easily put some of the equity in your home.
Well, they recommended it. It's not official, right?
All right, can I get your first name,
We
please?
talked about that earlier.
All right,
I don't think it's official. I think it's up to the Supreme Court. Indiana Supreme Court.
Call us today at 800-QUICKEN to learn how taking cash out with a 30-year fixed mortgage might be the right solution for you. And for a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation
What?
in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call us today
Oh,
at 800
instead of SCOTUS?
or go to rocketmortgage.com. For J.D. Power
Insect.
information, visit jdpower.com. Rates subject to change.
Insect.
3.75% fee received. Discount rate. Call for
Scoin.
That's
Scoin.
There it is. Scoin.
Don't you know?
To the final phase, industrial and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Got to tell you about Bruno's Per Bacco. Today's Wednesday. Half off bottles of wine at Bruno's Per Bacco today. So, again, it's a great place to bring the family. I mean, you know what I mean. Yesterday it was half off wood-fired pizzas. Today is like all about the parents. But, again, half off bottles of wine. They've got a great wine selection over there. They also have Trump wines, too, by the way. And if you've never had Trump wines, I do recommend them. They are good, and they're extremely affordable. So if you go to Bruno's, excuse me, holy moly, I'm going to die before I get out of here. I only have half an hour. If you go to brunosperbacco.com, you can get half off your bottles of wine today if you head on out there. Again, I would make your reservations, and they also do catering. Big plate Italian food, family style, absolutely phenomenal staff over there. Just an awesome place to go be and hang out. The family and I are there on a regular basis. Again, brunosperbacco.com. They're on County Road 16 in Elkhart. When you go into Bruno's Per Bacco, make sure you let them know that I sent you. What else do we have here? Somebody sent me a text and said, Casey, I am torn on the Shepard sentencing. And again, Alyssa Shepard, responsible for killing those 3 kids, injuring the 4th at that school bus stop, was sentenced today. And 3 years in prison, 3 years of probation, 3 years of monitoring. And I don't believe it was enough. But somebody sent me a text, says, I'm torn on the Shepard sentencing. I do respect your position, but I've been imprisoned away from my daughter and family, and it is the most horrible, devastating thing that you can imagine if you have children. I respect what you're saying, but I would say losing all 3 of my kids is a little bit worse. And again, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. Okay, I know that I come off that way. And I understand exactly what you're trying to say. And I believe that being incarcerated and ripped from your family for 3 years would be horrible. But not as horrible as having them die. Anyway, the texts continue. I wonder what some consider enough punishment. Do we want her and her family to... Sorry, these all got busted up, so I'm trying to find all of the messages. To suffer an equal loss as the other family. I think 3 years is about right, I guess. Imagine being ripped from your family for 3 years and in dire, horrible conditions. You would certainly take great care in driving for the rest of your life. Yeah, I mean, maybe and as Tracy on the live stream said, she is going to pay for this for the rest of her life if she's a normal, sane person. You have to understand the prosecution was like, she wasn't on her phone. She wasn't distracted. She saw the bus light. She just didn't identify it as a bus. There's kids crossing the street in front of her, and she just kept going. Now, it is possible that you zone out on the road. I think we've all done it. But she says herself she saw the lights. She killed 3 kids. And, the mom punching her at the end of this sentencing today. And now she's going to have a charge, a minor charge. But I think the mother's frustration, Mrs. Ingalls' frustration, is 100% justified. like I said, I'm operating under the premise that Alyssa Shepard genuinely is remorseful about this and didn't intend for it to happen, okay? I'm operating under that assumption. You still killed 3 kids. And you have to pay for it. And, maybe this is just me. Maybe it's because I grew up in a place where people lock their kids in their car in the summertime and they get baked and die all the time. And there's a bunch of parents who never, ever go to jail because of it because, they lost a kid. You can't send them to jail. They're already suffering enough. And I hate that argument. I don't care. You killed a kid. You killed a kid. This woman killed 3. Changed the life of a 4th one forever. Destroyed an entire family. As a parent, imagining losing 1 kid, now imagine you lost them all. And that person got 3 years. I think I would lose my mind. And I think the reaction of Mrs. Ingle to punch Alyssa Shepard after the sentencing is, it's anguish. It's anguish. It's pain. It's rage. It's everything. And, she wasn't just triggered by this whole process and the fact she lost her kid. She was triggered by this woman who stole my family now, whether she meant to or not, gets 3 years. And as I said earlier, I doubt she's going to serve all 3. I know some reports there she got 4. I don't know if that's like time served or what have you, but folks, I don't know. I just don't think it's enough time. Even if I buy into she didn't mean to do it. You killed 3 kids. I'm sorry. 574-25-95-95-3. That is 2595953. We're not talking about kids who jumped out in front of her. We're not talking about a horrible accident where, kids do what they do. They ride out in front of you on the bike. They run out behind a car. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a woman who says she saw the bus but didn't register the bus as a bus. Well, as she's seeing the bus, the kids are right there. How did she miss them? I have so many questions about this case still. And I hate talking about it because it ticks me off every time I talk about it. Heart goes out to the Ingle family. And the other victim too, but holy smokes. Anyway, you want to respond to this, please give us a call, 574-25-95-95-3. To the phone lines we go. Kathy, welcome to the program.
Hi, I was actually waiting since before when you were talking about Trump, and I was wondering if you think there's a problem with all these states that are saying they're going to have their electoral votes go for whoever is wins the popular vote, with people like New York giving illegals licenses so they can vote.
Well, and here's the thing about the New York thing, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it today because I did the open lines for the entire show, but, Real ID is going into effect in 2020. So all of us in the United States, we've got to basically give them blood, urine samples, and what have you, probably some stool samples in some states, and they're going to have to confirm that we are American citizens. I'm obviously exaggerating for those of you out there who think I'm serious. But we have to provide all this proof that we're American citizens to even get this identification, which is Real ID compliant. And now in New York, that's all effectively stopped because now illegal immigrants can get this license. Well, they can't get the Real ID compliant licenses. They can't get it. So there's a whole host of problems with that. As far as the electoral votes and awarding the electoral votes to the individual who wins the popular vote, it's unconstitutional. It's already been shot down by the California Supreme Court when California tried to do it. It will be shot down by the federal Supreme Court when it gets there because it is a complete and utter violation of the United States Constitution to do that. And you are also effectively disenfranchising every single voter in your state. If you want to talk about voter disenfranchisement, tell them that they voted for one person, but you're giving all of their electoral votes to the other candidate because the other states voted for somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Well, I agree with
you. Want riots in the
like,
street? That's what that's going to cause right there.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking my call.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your patience and waiting. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. It's 100% unconstitutional. You can't do it. Okay. It doesn't matter what laws you change in your state. You can't do it. You cannot award your electoral votes to the person who wins the popular vote. You can't. Sorry. Anyway, Mike, welcome to the program.
Hey, Casey, how are you, bud?
I'm well. What's up?
Hey, good. Hey, to my brother in Michigan about his auto insurance.
Yeah.
I was my daughter's in the same situation. She lives up in Grand Rapids, and
Okay.
it's atrocious what they do to people up there. But I'm waiting. I'm kind of waiting to find out we're in the same boat. But curious to find out if he's in a big insurance, or he said something about he's going through corporate. I would think that if he went through a little more private individual, a guy that's willing to hustle a little more to get his sale, get his stuff. If he would go with someone else, if he accepted, there's no lapse in coverage. The big conglomerate or the one that's not really responding to his needs, at some point, this other guy that's going to hustle for him is going to give them a notice. And at that point, they're going to refund all his money to him.
Yeah, I would assume that if he went with somebody else, that the refund after the prorate would apply and he would get that. I mean, whenever he would get it, I guess that depends on how fast they process it.
Yeah,
but I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you. He should probably go with a small broker and somebody who uses multiple companies. And I have been inundated with phone calls from Michigan insurance companies just because when I was shopping around, before we moved back to the Indiana side, they're all coming back and going, we have totally new rates and new laws now. Like our rates are totally different. So, they're hustling.
I'm not sure what you were paying, but when I had my daughter was going to school up there, and the only reason I could get away with it is she was in college up there. We were still claiming her addresses here because she would come home and stuff. 500. She was about $530, $50 every 6 here.
Mm-hmm.
Up there, if she were to get it on her own, it's $1,700.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
Unbelievable.
Well, we were paying the equivalent of 2 car payments just in insurance.
Crazy.
It's and again, perfect driving records, no tickets, no accidents, relatively safe vehicles. It made no sense whatsoever. And honestly, it was, I shopped around. I did everything that I could, and I have no complaints about the company that I've been with for a number of years. They're very nice. They actually listen to the program. I like them a lot, but it just got to the point where it was so financially strapping that I just couldn't do it. And I was trying to find ways to cut back, and their rates were actually the best rates in Michigan. And I was stunned by it because I shopped around for everybody. But now that I've moved back on the Indiana side of things, and obviously it's much cheaper here. But when that law changed and the governor signed it, man, they're all calling me and going, "Hey, we noticed that you made an inquiry in the past couple of years, and we're letting you know, law has changed, and we've got much better rates now." And I appreciate it, but I'm on the other side of the border, so yeah, I would go with a broker too.
I love the state of Michigan. I love all my people there, my friends. But good luck.
Yeah, good luck. All right, I got to roll, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Take care, bud. We got more coming up. 95.3 MNC.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your breaking news and weather station.
Well, I just told you a whole bunch of stuff, and I was on the wrong screen. So anyway. Sorry. This pad on this computer is like really sensitive, and sometimes it goes up and down real quick. So anyway, I'm talking to Happy now. So remember, the commission has recommended that he'll lose his license for 2 years, suspended for 2 years, okay? The Indiana Supreme Court has to decide it. So it's not gone yet. If the Indiana Supreme Court decides to suspend his license, I would assume that his re-election campaign is over because he can't be Attorney General without an active law license. So there's that. Yeah, this is seriously the most irritating touchpad I think I've ever used. It is, yeah. It drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.
Idiot is my trigger are engaging it properly all the time.
Oh yeah.
And then my left thumbstick
for your what?
For my PC.
PC.
It's an Xbox One controller, but it's wired, but the triggers don't engage correctly. I mean, they engage. It's not.
If it's wired, you're better off just getting a new one because they have the rebuild kits, but it's going to cost you as much as a wired controller.
I'm just going to get a new one.
Just get it.
Yeah. And then my left thumbstick is not solid, so it gives inputs off.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to.
I've got one on my PlayStation that the left stick creeps, so I just walk.
Z-Bar.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I want to tell you about Z-Bar of South Bend. So here's the deal. We got some snow, got some cold weather, got the holidays coming up. And if you're looking at giving the gift of not having a jacked up car, well, give the gift of Z-Bar of South Bend. They have gift cards available, and you can go and use the gift card, or get the gift card, I should say, in a dollar amount for somebody, or you can buy them a service. So if somebody's looking to get their windows tinted, or if they want an undercoating, or if maybe they want to go ahead and get some rhino lining on their truck bed, all of that stuff that Z-Bar does, you can just buy that specific service for somebody if you want to. And again, the services that first of all, they're your truck headquarters, okay? If you've got a truck, you go to Z-Bar to South Bend to get anything done on it, period. If you have any vehicle out there that you want to maintain the value of, ceramic Z-Gloss paint coating is phenomenal. I cannot tell you how great it has been on our van. And for 7 years, I don't have to wax or polish that bad boy. Don't have to worry about it. And the snow and the ice doesn't stick to the car like it did before. Isn't that nice? That's awesome stuff. I mean, just slides right off. It's great. Go to Z-Bar to South Bend. Let them know that yours truly sent you over there. All right, 574-25-95-95-3. Robert, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hi, Casey.
What's up?
Yeah, make it quick here. Yeah, I think that, and that those kids that got run down at that bus stop.
Yeah.
I think that mother should have had a right to give them one punch for each kid she killed.
Yeah, I had a couple of people say that in the live stream.
Fair.
Yeah.
And the time in prison too, I think should have been no less than 5 years per kid per child. And that's I think that's more than fair. Plus, I think another 2.5 years for the one she made go through 11 operations and through the air.
I mean, their whole life. Yeah, that other kid, the fourth child too. I mean, I know that we're focusing on the 3 that died, but the fourth one their life has been dramatically changed because of this.
Right.
So
yeah, I think that would be only fair.
It's a horrible case.
And the other thing was, I listened to that thing this morning on the radio. When they came out about Trump's impeachment. When I read the stuff about Trump, it was just so awful. I couldn't believe it. They made it sound like every charge was high crimes and misdemeanors. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's just I don't know what to say about it anymore. Honestly, I don't know what to say about it anymit It just
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, they made it so dramatic and so earth-changing and shattering. It just sounds like he was, worse than Hitler. And he hadn't done anything.
Yeah, there's no crime. Article 2 spells it out. There's no bribery. There's no high crime. There's no misdemeanor. There's nothing. And if you look at, I mean, the charges that they've levied against him, they're actually charging him with using his constitutional authority of executive privilege. It's like,
right.
Really? So but again, I played the montages earlier this week. They've been lying to you about the FISA operation, the FISA process, I should say. They've been lying to you about the dossier's accuracy. They've been lying to you about all of this stuff, and they all know it. They all know it's all in on get this guy out of office, but it's backfiring, and I think they're kind of at a point where they don't know what to do anymore. I've heard some Democrats be sensible and say, let's just censure him, even though he doesn't qualify for that either. Let's just censure him so we don't have to deal with it. Sorry.
They just want to do anything to him they can to make him. They're the ones influencing the 2020 election. And they're trying to ruin it for the Republicans, and yet they're trying to get Trump for something he didn't even do.
That's correct. Yep, and they're paying a price. They're paying a price. At least right now, they're paying a price. So
that they are.
I got to roll, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Casey, what can Z-Bar to South Bend do for my Cybertruck when I get it? It has no paint and no steel underbody. I can rhino line that bad boy. You're going to be on Mars with it, dude. Or rhino line it, and then it won't get any dings or anything. All right, 574-2595, 95.3. Plus, they can detail the heck out of it. William, welcome to the program.
How are you, Casey?
I'm well, man. What's up?
I agree with you. The sentence was way too little. I mean, these are twins, the twin boys that she killed, and then their other kid. The other kid was just a neighborhood kid getting on the bus. They have one more child who stayed back because they were sick. So now you've got the fourth child wondering, why am I alive? Why come I didn't get hit? You know what I mean? It's just crazy that now this woman in 3 years gets to be home, Whether she has kids or doesn't have kids, I don't even know.
And probably less than that, knowing the Indiana penal system.
That's just crazy. And then they're going to charge this woman for hitting her?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, okay? She didn't, attempt to kill her. She hit her. She was beside herself, with frustration for the system of not giving her at least 10 years,
Well, she's obvious. I mean, she certainly has a temporary insanity defense. There's no doubt about that. I mean, she gave a very impassioned testimony back in October when this all started. And, you're sitting there, you've lost 3 children, and they give her 3 years. I can only imagine how I would have reacted.
Yeah, in this woman's defense, I didn't recognize that was a school bus. Come on.
Every time I talk about this, I keep waiting for somebody to go, she looked up, saw the lights, didn't recognize it, looked down again at her phone. But there's no phone.
Right.
And I'm just.
There was a phone, but I mean, how did you not recognize a bus? When does a bus not look like a bus?
I am as perplexed about this as everybody. And it's a terrible case.
If I lost my kids, I would be in the same state of mind that lady was to lunch at her.
Absolutely.
Who wouldn't be,
100%. 100%.
Well, you have a great day, man.
You too, bud. Appreciate it. All right, we got more coming up. 95.3 MNC.
This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC.
Very impassioned caller on the saying that the law needs to be changed so that the community picked up on the right side of the road. Okay. But that's beside the point.
I mean, people have said that. Casey, don't forget about the bus driver to witness all of it. All the kids that were on the bus. There's so much to this. So much to this.
This is a stupid lie. I didn't realize it was a school bus. This giant yellow Twinkie thing with flashing lights. Didn't realize it was a school bus. I just.
Express will get your package there on time if you use it by December 23rd. Friday is also the deadline for FedEx and UPS's 2-day options.
Hello? Hey. Okay. Yeah. I am going to come in on Friday. We're going to do a new one this Friday. So I'll be here early Friday doing that, and then I'll have passed the mic and then it'll be a rerun until I get back. Okay. That's correct. And then if you need any commercial spots, I forgot to ask you about this. I guess just let me know Friday, and I'll cut them before I go to pass the mic. Okay. Okay. All right. You bet. Bye.
Your home comfort experts, heating specialists, first warning forecast. Clearing skies and cold temperatures tonight. Temperatures dropping off into the mid to lower teens by early Thursday. Thursday is a sunny day. Highs just above
He's got on a polka dotted tie.
just beginning. We'll push into the low 40s on Friday.
Wow. He's wearing polka dots with stripes. That is a faux pas, man.
He looks like a mob boss.
All Wall Street stocks ended weeks with the Nasdaq notching its fifth consecutive global close. The impeachment proceedings in Washington not only affecting investors, according to analysts, with the Dow falling 20 points, Nasdaq up 4, S&P 500 down. Shares of Tesla closing at a new record high, and stocks spiking on a deliberate report that the electric automaker is planning to lower prices of its model down in China by 20% or more next year. And BMW and Daimler will be exiting the North American car sharing market and will be halting service in Montreal, New York, Seattle, Washington, D.C., and Vancouver at the end of February. Share now, formerly known as Car2Go, a joint venture of the two German automakers, ending operations due to the volatile state of the global mobility industry and rising infrastructure costs associated with operating the car sharing service. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Billy Garski, invested in you.
Guys, waking up over and over together is not okay. You can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced.
It's kind of interesting that they're still fighting about the individual mandate, even though it's not even the law of the land anymore. Merry Christmas, Tracy. Hope to see you Friday, but I understand if I don't. Todd Young isn't turning out to be weird, Happy. Todd Young has been weird.
Yeah.
I've tried warning people about him. He is a middle-of-the-road kind of dude.
Cool. Not cool, but cool.
It's the best way to shop. You get to have a few beers and enjoy the best food around at Temper Grill, and you get your shopping done. No hassle, no guessing. Come to Temper Grill. Laugh out loud because life is too short and the food is too good to be anything else but happy. So give the gift of a Temper Grill gift card and make everybody.
Oh, okay. I took a number to get that. It's too good to be anything but happy.
Big drug companies charge Americans
Holy crap.
prices in the world for prescription drugs. They raise prices on life-saving drugs.
Great.
Still going? How long do we have?
Like a minute. A minute 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why
Well, I was going to play Silent Night by Chewbacca, but I don't think I'm going to have the time.
We'll come back at 38.
I mean, we've got people waiting.
A bill that lowers prescription drug prices and strengthens Medicare. This bill is a big step in
We could play it still.
It's about a minute.
and the drug companies are
Oh, there's a good one. She worked way too hard to do that, but good for her.
Poses as an Amazon worker.
voices are heard.
Wow.
Visit aarp.org/rx-free and thank Representative Viscoski for fighting to lower drug prices.
Who?
Paid by AARP.
Ms. Gusky.
Never heard of him.
Casey, if somebody killed all of my kids and they got 3 years, you would need 7 deputies to peel me off of that woman.
Yeah.
So is Mindspeed. We nearly went bankrupt because of the individual mandate. And we only kept it that first year, and then I got rid of my insurance every year after that. And then now we have the DPC care, which is the best healthcare we've had in our entire lives. So, and it's a fraction of the cost. I got to the point where the last 4 months of the year, I was doing payday loans just to pay my bills, and got in huge debt as a result of it, just because of the individual mandate.
From the first step to the final phase, industrial and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I'm your host, Casey Hendrickson. A lot of people are sending me messages saying that 3 years is not enough. A lot of people wanted Alyssa Shepard to be sentenced to death. That obviously wasn't going to happen. Other people have said if somebody killed, 3 of my kids, it would take 7 deputies to pull me off of them. That poor mom. I feel so sorry for her. As people have pointed out, the bus driver witnessed this. Other students who were in the bus witnessed this. All of those people are damaged as a result of this. I don't have an answer here. I really don't. But 3 years to me is not long enough. 574-25-95, 95.3. Don, welcome to the program. Hello, Don.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. What's up?
Well, main reason I wanted to call in is because my personal opinion on this whole girl that hits the school bus thing, why didn't she at least get a year for every year of that child's life that it still had until they were 18? I mean, let's get real. She took an entire family. Where is our justice system any good if that's all she got is 3 years?
Well, I think
my heart breaks for that mom. I'm a mom of 3 children, and oh my God, I just couldn't even imagine.
Well, and I think the only thing that's holding her together is she's got another one that didn't go to school that day. But, the whole family is just destroyed. How do you recover from that? How do you recover from that? And
I don't think you could ever. I don't know how she would ever recover from that. And just punching that woman one time, they would have had to have pulled me off of her.
Yeah,
just saying.
It's a horrible situation. I think she was facing 20 years. Don't quote me on that. I have to go back and look, but I think it was about 20 years that she was facing. She got 3.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane to me. And my husband would love for me to tell you he listens to you every single day.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
that. And as far as this Donald Trump business goes, they just need to leave that poor man alone and let him do his job.
But you imagine what he would do if he actually, you imagine what he could accomplish, given everything that he has accomplished. Imagine what he could accomplish if he actually had the House of Representatives on his side.
I know, it would be phenomenal. And why are they fighting him so bad to make this country what it should be?
Yeah, I don't, it is what it is. It's partisanship, tribalism, I get it. All right, I got to roll. Appreciate it. Take care.
Well, you have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas and all that, and it's a pleasure listening to you every day.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and back at you and all your family.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Yes, I know that he had the House of Representatives, but he also he had issues in the Senate until the midterms, where he had a couple of activist senators who didn't like him very much, so he couldn't get anything done. So he had support in the House, but then he didn't have support in the Senate. Now he has support in the Senate, but he doesn't have support in the House. Imagine what Donald Trump could do if he had both squarely behind him. Considering all the successes that he has had that are undeniable, who knows? Who knows what he could accomplish if he had broad support, for good stuff. Again, not rubber stamping, but for good stuff. Imagine if he had broad support in both houses. Anyway, we got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your breaking news and weather station.
Weather served up by the Prime Table Restaurant.
6:47.
46, 47. So I have a couple minutes. Oh, man. I am tired. Missing lunch. Right? Killing me.
There's Jackie Walorski.
Okay. I got to give a shout out to Jackie because Jackie got. She's been pushing for repeal of medical device tax. They got it done. They got it done this week, and nobody's talking about it. So, big hats off to her and everybody who supported repealing the medical device tax.
Unfortunately, yes, the one caller that we have on hold is the only one that we're going to be able to take the rest of the show. Unfortunately. Yeah. All right, thank you. You too.
O'Reilly starts at the same time every day, Happy. I am confused.
4:50. I bet they didn't realize that they won.
I think the job of a personal injury attorney, and there's a number of things we do, but I think the most important thing we can do is walk the client through from day one through the last day of the process. And certainly we're going to get the best results from it, but it's also
I didn't know about the utility bill thing. That's interesting.
deal with each stage of the process. I'm not a doctor. I can't give medical opinions, and I don't do medical opinions. But I can give, hey, you know what, this is what other clients have done that has helped them. The one thing that's forgotten.
Lots of stuff to discuss and chat about, even though I'm going to be gone. But that's cool. Well, the person who won the lottery still hasn't come forward, huh?
They can stay anonymous too, but they haven't come forward at all.
Very interesting. I thought Indiana you couldn't remain anonymous.
It's Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you not allowed to stay anonymous in Indiana?
I don't think you are. Don't quote me on that. But
Stupid.
yeah, it should 100%. You should be allowed to. I watched a special many years ago on people who won the lottery and like what happened. And every single one of them said I was getting letters and letters and letters and letters because my name was public.
Yeah.
All my information was public. They all knew where we were, and they were sending me letters. Oh, you have all this money now. You can give me some free money. All of these people writing letters. If those people had spent as much time as they did writing those damn letters on their life every single day, they wouldn't need somebody to give them a handout. I mean, they're tracking who wins. They're logging their name, they're getting their address, and they're sitting down and handwriting letters to these people.
Well, it was last year where there was a really big one, and the office was doing like a poll, buying cards and everything. I remember that Lee and Clark did a segment on what's recommended that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as you win, get a financial advisor and just call off work for like the next 3 days and go down there and get your money.
And you need a lawyer too. I've done the guide a couple of times as well. Like a lawyer has to be involved. And we did a promotion when I was still doing the morning show that I think we should do on a regular basis, where we bought tickets and we were gonna split it if somebody won. We were gonna split it with them. Great promotion. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, about ready to close out the decade. Ladies and gentlemen, my last show of the year and of the decade, and continue fighting about whether or not the decade actually ends this year or not. Back to the phone lines. Last phone call. Ed, what's up? How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, Casey. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're the last phone call of the year, man. Don't screw it up.
Well, I'm not by any means advocating what the lady did, but I knew somebody that knew her and said that she had just received news that her father was on the way to the hospital basically dying. That could be why she got a lower sentence. Plus, it could be why they could be considered distracted driving.
Yeah, it's, the case, and I've always accepted that she didn't mean to do it. I've never assumed that she did. And we've had, people who know her call the program before. And, obviously, this is their friend and they're concerned about her. They're concerned about her children. And I get that. I always come back to she still snuffed out 3 lives. It's
I agree. I agree.
For me, I just can't get away from it.
Got a liar sentence.
Yeah. And maybe so. Yeah, that could be, but I don't know. But hey, that's why we have the debate. And if you go to 953mnc.com, we got the article up there and people are commenting on it, and everybody's going to have their opinions about it. It's a horrible situation. I hate talking about it because I hate thinking about it. But I wish the absolute best to the Engel family. I really do. It's horrible what they have to deal with, and I hope that they can recover. All right, man. I appreciate it, though. Thank you so much.
Yep. Have a good one, Kate.
All right. You too. Take care. All right. I've got to do it, man. It's the end of the year. Cue my audio.
You got to.
We got to. We got to do this. I've done this, I think, almost every year that I've been on the air. I love this. So good.
It's doubly fitting because of this week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mandalorian
twice.
Part 1 of the finale today.
Yeah.
Friday's the last one.
And then Star Wars tomorrow.
This is ridiculous.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making this show a huge success. We've got some new things to announce in the new year. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to give any hints, no details. Just know that 2020 should be a pretty darn good year for me and for the show and for all of you. And thank you for the support. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Merry Gingerbread House, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2020. Bill O'Reilly with the O'Reilly Update. Take care. Be safe.
Bill O'Reilly.
Perfect. Worked out well. I can't believe I actually had the time to do it. All right. So, this is it, folks. This is your last few minutes. Don't forget, Friday, okay? Friday, 12 noon, Pass the Mic, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Coming back from vacation. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. What's that?
Just because he loves it.
Just because I love you.
Not because scheduling conflicts.
Tony Katz asked me to do a show on Friday, too. During Pass the Mic. I'm like, dude, there's 4 days in the year I can't do it. 4 days. That's it. 4 days I can't do your show. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Anthony. Yeah, Maxine Waters is up there. It's all right. She's stupid.
I feel like they're just got to be saying the same things over and over.
They are.
Like,
you don't even need to hear it.
Just vote and get it over with.
Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa. I heard an interesting conversation about Kwanzaa at Walmart the other day.
Did you?
You did. Some people are like, oh yeah, and that Kwanzaa thing, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why I say Merry Gingerbread House, man.
Happy holidays.
It is equally insulting to everybody. Hey, I hope to see you on Friday, V. But if I don't, then you have a Merry Christmas and thank you so much for that sweater. Honestly, that thing is a massive hit, and I'm glad that you got to watch the live stream. I'm glad you got to see some of those comments and hear some of those comments because people did absolutely love it. Should have seen the reaction in the building. Thank you, Happy. Appreciate it.
It's featured in the holiday interview too.
That's true. We did the holiday interview. That'll be at the end of the, it'll air at some point at the end of the year on MNC. I did my nipple bells on the interview.
Considering the context of the interview, it sounds like it's going to air before Christmas.
Before Christmas, yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
You too, B-dubs.
Oh, I gotta go shopping for a white elephant.
Did you end up finding one of those sharks?
I didn't go look last night. I got home and
I just happened to be. I almost picked one up for you just in case, but I figured I'd just send you the message and let you.
No, I'm gonna go out tonight anyway because I gotta get.
They're like weighted. They're like heavy. There's like I don't know what's in it, but they're not just like soft plushies or something else to them. And
what you want?
They're literally, if you go into the Walmart up the road, it's where you go into the left side, and on the left you have all your like pharmaceutical and stuff. It's the cosmetic sign is right across, right as you're heading into Garden. They seemed a hell of a lot expensive, more expensive than they should have been. They're like $8, but they were weighted. So I mean, there's something to them that I didn't really pay attention to.
I'm just gonna make sure it's the right one.
That is the only baby shark anything that I have seen since Halloween. I saw a ton of the costumes on Halloween, but
make sure I get the right one and everything.
Yeah, do it quick.
Yeah. So here's a picture of the one I ordered you.
Right. Hear that.
She won't know the difference.
Potawatomi Zoo may have the white ones, Joe. What? Well, he's talking about white elephant gifts.
Yes. I gotta get a white elephant gift because I have a party tomorrow and we're doing white elephant instead of the normal gift exchange. It's so much cheaper. Enough like gifts for everybody this year.
Right.
Just one white.
I dig families that do that.
If I can get a single serve like egg frying pan, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
You know what? Five Below might be your place, dude.
I've heard it.
They've got a ton of white elephant gifts over there.
That or I'll head to like the cheap toy section to get something stupid out of there. But.
And dollar stores always got interesting stuff too. But Five Below's got like interesting $5 crap.
Right.
I got the kids ice cream sandwich maker, Chips Ahoy ice cream sandwich maker. Yeah. Comes with like the cookies. So you put them in, you throw a scoop of ice cream in, it squishes it down, which will break your cookies and be a whole thing.
But it's fun.
No, I can't, Mom, because the office party happened already. It happened last week during my show, Friday. I can't go. Last week during the show, Menards has a single egg frying pan, which, by the way, is the greatest invention ever. I love my single egg frying pans. I don't let my wife touch them because she murders every single one of those things. But if you want to make a damn good egg, those are it. Okay, whatever.
Either I can fix it or you can whatever.
I would prefer that you fixed it because I'm too lazy. I'm officially off the clock, Joe. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, someone called in and said that you were on the wrong screen and it was tennis ball. I forgot to tell you that. Make sure I'll pass that right on to Tim.
That's funny. That is funny. I didn't know what the hell that white elephant thing was.
Yeah, I had to explain it to you.
Yeah, Joe had to explain it to me the other day.
Stupid, practical, or idiotic gifts. Justin Bieber duct tape fits both of those, and that is why
that's pretty good. That's a good one.
Or like One Direction duct tape.
Yeah, so Frank, the white elephant gifts are stupid or impractical gifts.
Stupidly, either like wacky practical gifts, like a stupid, well, they're not stupid, but like a single serve egg frying pan, like that's all it's made for. Stuff like that.
But that is practical. That's just it.
That's
like
the point of it. It's like, or like a stupid lamp.
I love my single egg frying pan. I seek them out. They're amazing.
Grandma says I'm welcome for the egg pan. Thank you. White elephant gifts bought on Black Friday. Racist?
No, that sounds very neutral.
Could be neutral. Well, whelpity whelpity whelp.
Well.
All right, anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. White elephant gifts equal my Christmas sweater. Funny.
Bonito.
All right. Last chance. Going once. Going twice. Oh, that's interesting. Nothing wrong with doing a beer exchange. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right. So, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill on Friday, noon. Be there. Okay? That's it. That is it. Coming back from vacay for that. And then I have a business meeting there afterwards. So
Sounds like a good time.
Could be a really good meeting. Yeah. All right, I got to bounce, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming before the end of the new year. I have no clue. Okay. So and Joe doesn't have to put liners in today.
So I'm done.
So I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah. Merry Gingerbread House. And Happy New Year and all of that stuff. And I will see you all on the flip side of the decade. Alrighty. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it. Big announcements coming in 2020. Big announcements coming. All right. So keeping it under wraps until everything's finalized. But just so you know, big announcements coming in 2020. All right.